Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 79 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I am your host as always, Brad Ellis, and I got my lovely co-hosts here as always. We're going to start with Micah Moriarty this week. Micah, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thanks, and I have something to show off. Let me grab it.
Oh?
We got the Animal Crossing Crocs.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes,
Let me
these
see,
arrived
like,
on...
you too.
They're so cool.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry,
They
let me
are
put one
cool.
of them down.
They are cool. That looks cool.
Yeah. No, these look sick, okay?
Oh my god, it's a
and
fucking house there. Holy shit.
Yeah, it came
Wait
with,
a
these are
minute.
the gibbets it came with. You get Tom Nook, the money bag, Isabelle in the house.
Wait,
and then-
so it's like detachable?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are gibbets.
Yeah, you
So
can
they
move
do
them
come off, and they sold extra. You also get KK Slider, the tree with the apples, and the little Nooklings.
No
Timmy
kidding.
and Tommy, I
Timmy
think
and
their name?
Tommy, yeah.
Yeah.
So those come with it. There were more gibbets you could buy. They had Blathers, Celeste, a fossil, the little otter guy. They had more. I will say I'm not going to end up being like a Crocs fanatic though, because these are a weird fit for me. I wear like a 7.5 shoe, and Crocs only does whole sizes. So I ordered the 7 and the 8. 7 was like way too small. The 8 is weird though, because without the sports strap, they're too big, but with the sports strap, they're too small. So I'm just going to wear them around the house anyways. I did not intend to wear these out in public. These are going to be my checking the mail and going out in the backyard quickly shoes. So they're fine. But I won't be becoming like a crocaholic like some people have in my life, because they're just not a great fit, unfortunately, if you're a half-size shoe person.
Yeah. And I stand by this though. Crocs are pretty ugly. I hate to say it.
They can
I know
be.
a lot of people like Crocs, but I think they're pretty ugly. I don't want any. The Animal Crossing ones are cool just because they're Animal Crossing though.
Exactly. I mean, because they previously had a Hello Kitty collection. They had some Dragon Ball Z Crocs as well. None of those enticed me enough to actually buy them. The Animal Crossing ones, though, I was like, those are so cool. And they come with gibbets. I also have to show off, I finally got a Switch 2 case.
Oh, shit.
And it's Pom Pom Purrin'.
Oh.
I was waiting until I found a cute case. And it's brown and yellow on the inside. And it has these really cute little zipper pulls. But I was waiting until they made cute cases. I was like, I'm not buying this shitty all black Switch case, because my other one is a Kirby case and it's really cute. And I was like, I need a cute one. So I was just waiting until I finally had like something I really wanted. And as soon as I saw that, I had to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, there are no Switch 2 cases I want right now either, because I don't have a case, and it's just like, I have for my Switch 1, I have the Sheikah Slate that came with the collector's edition of Breath of the Wild, and it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I've not seen one cooler than that still. I'm like, man, maybe when the next Zelda comes out, I can get it as a new Switch case with it, if they have a good one. Gene, do you have a Switch 2
I
case?
have the main Nintendo Switch 2 case.
Okay. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just a black one, and I feel like I couldn't find it on Amazon, so when I went to New York the other week, I stopped by the New York store there and
Just picked it up.
there they had it, so I was able to buy something.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you're traveling, you got to get a case. Whatever.
Exactly.
You got to have one.
Because when we went to a hotel recently, local, we weren't flying or anything, and I was like, oh, I will bring the Switch 2, and then I was like, I don't even have a case for it, so I ended up just bringing the Switch Lite, and it was fine. But I was like, yeah, when I do want to bring it somewhere, I don't have a case. So, because originally I thought I'm never really gonna fly with this, so I probably will, because I don't need a case. And then as soon as I needed one, I was like, shit, I don't have one.
Yeah. I'm still on call for jury duty at the call next Sunday, but yesterday I was like, before I called in, I was like, man, if I get jury duty, I want to bring my Switch 2, but I don't have a case. And I was like, fuck, am I gonna have to go out randomly and try to find a good one and probably get some ugly case just because that's all they have?
That, or
luckily,
you got to put on some Jinko jeans so you have pockets that'll hold it.
That's true. Jinko jeans, man. I've never worn Jinkos in my life, and I
Me
think
neither.
I'm cool with keeping it that way. I'm good. Not for me, really. Also, Gene Park, Gene, hello. I talked to you a lot yesterday on Summit Side.
Yeah,
Good to
we
see
had
you
a
again.
nice meaty conversation. A lot of
Yeah,
good
a lot of
content on
games.
Last Stand Media, but we had a nice meaty conversation about all kinds of games. Lost Soul Aside on Seven Sign, Metal Gear Delta, and Hollow Knight, which I even called my game of the year for 2025. If it came out in 2025, it would absolutely be my game of the year. So we'll see about Silksong coming out tomorrow when you hear this podcast, which is amazing.
Very exciting.
But also, I caught a little bit of Colin and Micah's stream on Gears of War. And you know what? I highly recommend Micah fans to go check that out because Micah, have you streamed before? Like,
no, I was so nervous I couldn't sleep the night before because I'd never done any sort of live stream. I told Colin and Dustin I've never done anything that can't be edited. And I was like freaking out.
It's not like we edit you here anyways.
That's true.
No, but it's that it's there. It's the safety net is there,
Sure.
And so it was just this feeling of like, oh God, like if I say something like horribly stupid, there's no being like, Dustin, cut that out.
Well, you say something horribly stupid every time. So
I know, but I don't usually want Dustin to cut them out. It's the safety net.
Well, I couldn't tell, and I think a lot of people couldn't tell. I think I even saw some comments where like, "Whoa, Micah is like a natural streamer," like, and that's what I thought too. I was like, "Why is she actually better than Colin in streaming?" Honestly, like I think you're honestly a lot better. You're a lot more natural in terms of like playing the game, right, and being like an engaging commentator. Because like, I think Colin can kind of struggle with talking at the same time as playing. He needs those
he does
chats.
just kind of lock in, whereas I don't know, maybe partly because when I would do some of my YouTube videos and capture gameplay, when I would play horror games, for example, I was doing like live commentary. When I did like my video on Witcher 2, I captured all that gameplay and talked over it. But when I would play like Made of Scare or Fatal Frame, those were all me talking while playing the game. So I was a little bit used to having to do that and multitask a bit versus having it like scripted over gameplay I captured.
I mean, it's a tough balance, as Brad would know, he streams all the time too. And, I streamed a couple times and, like Brad and Colin are now, more veteran streamers than I am. But even when I stream, I'm just like, man, sometimes it's hard to just keep talking in your brain as you're playing, but you didn't seem to have that problem at all, which is amazing.
Gamer.
Thank you. We did get lost a lot though. Like I hadn't played that game in several years. And so Colin's like, where are we supposed to go? And it's like, I don't remember. I haven't played this since the last remake they did. It's like, I don't have a photographic memory of this.
I played it too though, right? So
a long time ago. Yeah, even longer ago than I did. So but we had fun. We had fun together.
It's a linear game, though.
It was, but there were sections of like there's one section where you have to walk across these planks that break. And so they throw you down into a different room. You have to get back upstairs, and then you have to it's like a maze almost, but you're just gonna randomly fall through, and then you have to walk back, try again. But we were like, are we supposed to be down here? Are we supposed to be upstairs? Because we just kept falling through it, and then we finally realized, oh yeah, we're supposed to be making our way across. That's where the distraction of the stream did kind of cut through.
Yeah, it happens. I feel like when you stream, your gaming sense goes down by 40%.
Totally.
Yeah.
Everything just gets harder when you're playing. You forget stuff way easier.
It's very easy. I mean, we're talking about maybe playing Overcooked on stream, which is one of my favorite games.
That's going to be brutal.
That's the thing. Not only that game's already like the relationship ruiner. I love it. But I can only imagine how much more complex it's going to be to try and talk while playing that. Although that's a game where the commentary is built in because you're just constantly be like, get the soup, like you're talking to each other much more.
For successful couples Overcooked runs, I noticed for us it was one shot caller. Just have one shot caller, and that's it. Otherwise, if you're both bickering at each other and shot calling, disaster. Be careful. But yeah, it's a true test for any relationship, Overcooked. You want to see how strong your relationship is? Play that game.
Oh, dude, it gets so fucking hectic. I played both of them with my exes And yeah, we made it through the whole game. Both times we had a great time, but it is stressful. It feels like you're working in a kitchen.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/lastdaymedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows. We couldn't do it without you guys over there, so please consider supporting if you enjoy the content. If you want some merch sent to you by Micah Moriarty herself, go to lastdaymedia.store. Got a bunch of stuff over there. Micah, is there any hot items that the audience should know about right now?
We have the new Pope stickers. So people who have been listening for, the last several years will know that we previously did these like Pope stickers with Pope Francis and I think Pope Benedict. I'm not a Pope person. So we had those in the past. And so we've just done the new Pope, the new American Pope. He has his own sticker now. So those are available. I'll also give the update. All Habroxia orders will be shipped by this Friday. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for supporting the game. And yeah, all the current orders are going to be shipped out by Friday. So I'm thrilled that this project, was such a success. And also that we're coming to the end of it. So, and I have to note that for the most part, we were very lucky with shipping, save for one customer whose copy was destroyed by the post office, basically. And we replaced that. We made that right. And another unlucky listener in the UK who they delivered it to his recycling bin. And the recycling was taken and the game was gone. So we're also working to make that right.
Damn.
But other than those two unlucky people, we really had very few shipping issues this time around.
That's out of your control, though, at least.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things of when you're sending out over 1,000 packages, you just tell yourself, like, hopefully at least 95% of them get there. So to only have 2 mishaps is a miracle. and I was just laughing. I was like, I can't believe they were like, they I don't know, they do what's called, they put it in a safe place, I guess, to deter theft. And they thought the recycling bin was a great place to put an item and to not leave a slip or a note of any kind saying that's where they left it. And then, of course, the poor guy's recycling was taken. He had no idea it was even in there.
Obscene. Now, Micah, you brought up the Pope sticker for Sacred Symbols. I have an idea for us somehow in the future for punching up. This feels appropriate. So the Sacred Boys have the Pope holding up the Sacred Symbols. I want this somehow with Shrek holding the punching up logo somehow. I feel like this is way more on brand for us than any holy figure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we'll ask Dustin. Dustin makes the stickers. He knows the Photoshop. I don't have a hand in that, but if Dustin deems it worthy, it's something we can do.
Because Dustin is our AI.
Yeah, we
generator.
need
Dusty GPT.
That's right, Dusty GPT. Because this is like a little perverted with Shrek right here. It's like a little sus, so I think it's right up our alley for our show.
I don't remember that scene from Shrek. I need to watch
I don't remember which one it is either, Gene.
Yeah.
I don't recall. It's been a while, but we'll see. So we'll try to figure that out. Easton wrote in and said, Brad and Micah, have you seen Davey Havoc's mustache? Also, have you heard AFI's new single, Behind the Clock? I think it's the best song they've put out in years. Micah, have you seen Davey's new look?
Yes, I the first time I saw him, I literally didn't even know it was him. And like when I figured out, I said the call, I was like, he looks like Mark Twain. Like, what the fuck?
He is very David Bowie-esque, and he changes his look dramatically every few years.
Dramatically is the word for it. Yeah, I was just like, holy shit, like he looks like a fucking prospector. So the look, I mean, more power to him. It's definitely not my favorite Davey Havoc look over the years. I have not heard the new song, so I'm scared.
You're scared?
I'm always scared. So here's the thing. I really avoid new music, even from artists I like. The only exception to that is Eminem. So, because I'll listen to any album he puts out. But with AFI, I love them so much, I'm always scared. Like Fall Out Boy burned me so badly. And anything new that they put out, I'm like, it doesn't exist.
Damn.
So I'm scared. I haven't listened to it yet. Dustin told me it was good as well, but I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
Behind the Clock? Okay, so AFI, just for anyone who doesn't know, is one of my favorite bands. And has been since the 90s, yeah.
Oh, they're my all-time favorite band.
Yeah. I saw you post "Sing the Sorrow" on your Twitter recently. That's like my favorite album ever. Like ever.
Oh, dude, I'm still mad that when they did the tour, was that a year or two ago for the anniversary? Mm-hmm. I really should have just like actually committed to going, but I was like, oh, they're not coming anywhere near here. Never mind.
No, it was just one show in LA, and it sold out. So I didn't go, but one of my friends did. So that was cool. But I was lucky enough to see them when that album came out. So it was sick. It was a good time. But Behind the Clock, it's one thing I like about this band is I never know when I'm going to get with them. I think that's really fun, and I love that. There's parts of the song I like, but I think it's just an okay song. I wasn't that impressed with it overall. I was like, it's whatever. But that's just one song. We'll wait till the whole album comes out, of course, before.
Well, right, because that's where because Dustin had told me, he was like, because I'm also a really big Good Charlotte fan, and he was like, oh, Good Charlotte's new song's pretty good, and then he's like, the rest of the album sucks. And like, I also love All American Rejects. Again, not thrilled with their recent things. So new music has not been kind to me as of late, and I just tend to avoid it. And pretty much anything that came out after 2000.
That's so funny, dude. I can't handle it. Me not liking it, so you just avoid it.
Because I just don't want to be disappointed. Like I just don't want to be upset.
Well, it's not like your music's going away that they put out that you liked a lot.
Yeah, but I just don't want. Well, no, that's what I do. So I just enjoy the old stuff and pretend the new stuff doesn't exist. That burns me too, though. I discovered recently a Chris Brown song from 2014 that I'd never heard before, and I've been listening to it like constantly. But once again, I was like, oh, me hating new music, and now it's like new old stock. Basically, here's this song I never heard from 10 years ago.
Beating up Rihanna in the song.
No. Okay, yeah. I mean, like, I don't support that. However, this song's fucking hot. All right, it's Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, I think Tyga. Like, this song goes hard.
Yeah, I get it.
And I was like, damn, son, I never heard this before.
Yeah, just
the problem with Chris Brown music is that like it sounds bad until you're drunk, and then you're like, oh, I love this actually. That's the issue with Chris Brown's music, as well as him being a women beater. So.
Dude, Micah, if AFI plays near you, I would come out to see them with you guys if we ever went.
I mean, one of my biggest regrets in life is this was when I was working at the IT office. AFI came to Worcester, which was only like 45 minutes from me, but I didn't have anyone to go with. So I just was like, oh, well, I'm not going to go by myself. And I regret that immensely because they've never once come anywhere near where I've lived since then.
Should have gone, dude. Now,
I should have, but it's like, well, I'm going to go to a concert by myself. Like,
yeah, because now it was your only chance and you missed it.
It was.
Do you like Black Audio, their side project?
No.
Okay.
No, not really.
Okay, gotcha. What about Dream Car? The other one.
I don't know what that is.
So it was Davey and the guys from No Doubt, pretty much.
Oh, interesting, because I somewhat like No Doubt, but I don't like Gwen Stefani's voice. So that actually sounds pretty cool because I love the instruments in No Doubt. I just don't like her voice at all.
Yeah, it's all the guys but Gwen.
Gwen Stefani, my fellow Cal State Fullerton alumni.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
actually, she never graduated. So
yeah, she's from Fullerton. I remember that. But yeah,
she is from Fullerton. Yeah. My first DUI was after a No Doubt concert.
It's not where I thought this was going, but do tell.
Yeah. No, I went to a No Doubt concert. It was a week after my birthday, so I was treating myself to a nice birthday present to go see No Doubt. They were awesome, and then I picked up some girl there, and then I was super drunk, and then I got arrested with a girl in my car, dude.
Damn, dude.
Like I literally had to be like, hey, it's not happening tonight. I gotta send you home.
and I can't drive you home either.
I can't. I was getting arrested. So, yeah. I was like, I'm sorry. It's been nice to know you. We will. I guess we'll never speak again. And that's true enough. I never heard from her ever again. She just
damn.
Was like some dude picked me up and got arrested. Not the move.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my connection with No Doubt.
Listeners, I know you know this, but don't do it.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do it.
Get an Uber, dude. It's easy.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have Uber back then, man.
I know that didn't exist back then.
It didn't exist back then. This was like in 2008 or whatever, 2009. So
such quaint times.
Yes, the quaint times. All right, let's talk about some Nintendo news. First story we got here: Rayman 30th anniversary this year, and Ubisoft put out a tweet talking about Rayman celebrating its 30 years and all that kind of stuff. And in this message, they said they are working on a new Rayman game from Ubisoft Montpellier and Ubisoft Milan. So we got Rayman coming. Micah, have you played a Rayman game?
So yes, I'm not very good at them, obviously. However, I have a special fondness for Rayman because when I was a kid, my sister and I had this Rayman math game for our computer, and we loved it. And we would play that constantly. However, at one point, this like evil version of Rayman shows up, and it scared my sister so bad she had nightmares for like a week, and then we weren't allowed to play it anymore. But I just always remember my favorite section of the game was where everything was like made out of candy. Like the sections of the platforms were made out of like nougat, like with like nuts in it, or like peppermint sticks type things. And I just always loved when we'd get to that section of the game and everything was made out of candy. So shout out to the Rayman math game.
Yeah, Rayman Brain Games apparently is what it's called. So I guess that's what you played, Micah. Rayman Brain Games. I'm trying to find this candy level you're talking about here.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, dude, yeah. Oh, if you just Google Rayman math game, it's one of the images that comes right up. It's like has a pinkish purple background, and you can see like one of the peppermint stick levels, and he's like standing on chocolate.
Ooh, chocolate!
It was so
here it is,
fun, and the thing was so like there's another picture which are like 8 + 4 equals, and you have to jump to the correct one, or Rayman dies. Man, seeing this again is wild.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this in years. I've seen it in my mind, basically. We loved this game. There was this cute little like wizard guy. Oh, it was fantastic. So that's when I enjoyed Rayman. Unfortunately, more modern Rayman entries, I respect them, but I don't enjoy them.
Okay. Gene, what about you? Do you like Rayman?
I do like Rayman, but I played Rayman way back in the day when it was a PlayStation 1 game, dude.
Okay, so you haven't played any of the newer ones?
I played Rayman Legends.
Okay,
which is
Origins.
I think, I haven't played Origins, but I played. Is that the same thing? I don't know.
Sequel. Yeah, it's like the same like 2D side scrolling thing, though.
Yeah. So I played that, but I never finished it. I did finish the very first one that came out in 1995, which kind of built Ubisoft in general. But yeah, it was one of the OG PlayStation games, and it came out at a time when PlayStation was new and PlayStation was still trying to prove itself, and then Rayman was like the side scroller for the console. So it's like, coming from Nintendo, you're like, well, of course I got to try the side scroller game,
Yeah,
gotta check that out,
Yeah,
came out on Saturn too, I believe, but
yeah, that sounds right. First Rayman game I played was Rayman 2 on N64, which was a 3D platformer. It was like the first 3D Rayman game. And I remember having fun playing it, but I don't know if it's good now or not. I have no idea. It probably doesn't hold up well. But I've played some of Origins and Legends, and they're excellent 2D platformers. So if you like those, check them out. They're probably dirt cheap too.
Honestly, I just checked on Amazon. Rayman Legends on Switch is just like $24. Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good. They're probably like cheap digitally too. So you want to play those, check them out.
I might get that.
Rayman is kind of like the Ubisoft Mario. So I'm very happy to see them continuing Rayman games coming, because I don't know if they sell very well or whatnot. But it makes me happy to know that Rayman is continuing to exist. And of course, Rayman's had like the spin-offs with the Rabbids, who've almost become bigger than Rayman himself. Rayman was in the last Mario Kingdom Battle game, wasn't he, though? Like a DLC character?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I still haven't finished Sparks of Hope, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, was Sparks of Hope the second one?
Sparks of Hope is the second one, yeah. Kingdom Battle.
Okay, I never played the second one.
Yeah.
I finished the second or first one. It was fun.
Yeah. Rayman was also in that Netflix cartoon. That copied that was Blood Dragon Far Cry Blood.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he was in Sparks of Hope as DLC.
Captain Laserhawk. Okay. He was in Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, where he was a news host being replaced by AI.
Oh,
yeah. He was a journalist that got replaced by AI, and then he literally crashes out like in the definitive term, where he ruins his life, and he has that scene where he's doing cocaine off a naked cow stripper.
What the fuck is that, dude? It's so weird.
And eating sushi off of her naked body. Which, if you haven't done, have you guys ever eaten sushi off a naked woman's body?
No.
Yeah, it's.
I don't like seafood.
It's an interesting experience.
Yeah, that's the issue you have with it, Brad.
Yes.
Have you ever eaten White Castle sliders off a naked woman's body?
No, White Castle sucks, so no.
Oh yeah, have that grilling on the body with on a bed of onions, you know.
Ew.
I'll give you a bloomin' onion. And it's like, stop talking.
Oh my god. Oh, I love bloomin' onions though, man. Dude, Outback, right?
Yeah, Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, the bloomin' onion. They loved it over there. Mm-hmm. Man, all my Outbacks are gone. I don't know where one is anymore.
I've never been. No, I've been to one once. Once in my life, I've been to one, and I enjoyed it. But it was at one of the live shows. A very kind listener was giving us coupons for bloomin' onions, but I was like, we don't have one here. And so, and it had expired by the time I actually got to go to one. The thing had expired, so it's like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Outbacks out here in Maryland. They're pretty far from me. They're several miles out, but so not worth it to go to Outback. But yeah, not too far. They're still around. Tony Roma's is a place I haven't been to in like decades. You guys remember Tony Roma's?
I have only bought their stuff like at the supermarket. I didn't even know it was a restaurant. Like,
I've seen a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the Tony Roma like prepared food, and it's quite good. It's something though that like to go to a steakhouse now, and it's like, but I like to grill. So it's just one of those things. Like the whole time, it's like, man, I could get 2 ribeyes for $30 and grill them up, or we can pay $60 to each get a steak dinner, you know. And it's like crazy. So the whole time we're out at a restaurant, it's like, I'm not getting a steak because I know I can make it at home for cheaper.
Yeah, I'm so hungry now.
That's fair.
It sounds so good. I want a baby back rib.
We need to walk this back really quick, Micah. Someone was giving you. A listener was giving you coupons for bloomin' onions?
Yes. This was at one of the live shows.
What a weird thing to give away.
Oh, no, he worked there.
Okay.
He worked there. I believe he was a manager.
Okay, I was like, did this guy just buy
or either manager or upper level. Yeah, but he had these coupons that were good at like any Outback Steakhouse, basically. But unfortunately, by the time I got to go to one, the thing had expired.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is nice then, I guess. Just a random ass thing to give someone, but those bloomin' onions, dude, people like them. All right. Sticking with Ubisoft stuff, Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming was talking about Rayman and the people working on it, but he also listed all the projects that Ubisoft has in the works, supposedly for 2026 and 2027. So I will just go through them really quick. The next Project Over is the next mainline Ghost Recon game. Project Hex, the next mainline Assassin's Creed game. We've known about that for a while. They showed that off years ago. Project North, a Splinter Cell remake, which we also know exists in some regard. Project Blackbird, the new mainline Far Cry game. That's for Colin right there. Project Maverick, a new Far Cry extraction-based shooter. And he said in parentheses, I have a feeling this might get canceled. And I could see why that does not sound appealing. Project Rewind, a Prince of Persia remake, which we do know is happening as well after it got remade once and it was so bad they decided to remake it all again. Project Altera, an Animal Crossing-esque type game. Okay. Could be interesting, but I'm trying to think of Ubisoft's visuals and it doesn't seem very appealing. It's going to be a little too French. Project Crest, a World War II extraction-based shooter. Project Beyond, Project BG and E2, Beyond Good and Evil 2, parentheses, yes, I know, but it's still happening.
Oh my God, dude.
What the I cannot believe this. This is insane. That game got announced so long ago. Was it 10 years ago or something like that, or close to it? It's like 2017 or 16. I feel like it's a crazy amount of time it got announced.
Dude, no, man. It was originally announced in 2008. Before Uber existed, by the way.
Yeah.
And then it was re-revealed, I guess, that trailer that we saw in 2017. So
crazy.
Forget it, dude. Like, you know, honestly, like I like Beyond Good and Evil, but like I don't care about the sequel anymore. Like I moved past it. Who cares? You know. Yeah, it was stupid that they had a cliffhanger to begin with in the first place. You know. Mm-hmm. And it was a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah, it was good. I played it for the first time, I think, last year.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
And it is by the creator of Rayman, Mr. Ansel, Mikel Ansel, you know?
Yeah.
Very creative, legendary guy. But he fucked up by making that a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that game is in like development hell for over decades. It's crazy.
Yeah, forget Silksong, you know, like, yeah. I mean, shout out to Team Cherry for like actually like making a game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil. Who knows?
Yeah.
Project
it reminds
Obsidian.
me that because I saw a tweet that says like, you know, because Xbox, there's news by Xbox like again canceling Perfect Dark with layoffs and everything like that. And I saw someone tweet that like, dude, Xbox as a publisher like makes it look so hard to make games, like more than any other publisher. You know, like they can't finish projects, and it's like they're even worse than Ubisoft. And I'm just like, holy shit, they are worse than Ubisoft because Ubisoft can't get Beyond Good and Evil out the door. Struggle with Skull and Bones, but they did get Skull and Bones out the door, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
And, you know, it's just really Beyond Good and Evil. They never promised a Splinter Cell and never released it, you know? So yeah. It's really like, yeah, Microsoft just keeps trying to make games and they can't do it.
Yeah. Project Obsidian, Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, which we've known about for a while, which I'm excited about because that's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. But we'll see. And Project Invictus, Assassin's Creed multiplayer. So they've done multiplayer stuff in the past. I don't know about a whole new game for it or whatever, but I'm sure it'll be free to play trash.
Live service, yeah.
Yeah, but who knows?
The thing with their like multiplayer games was that the online element always started out really fun, but people figured out how to break the games very quickly. Mm-hmm. Like I've mentioned in the past, I really loved playing like Revelations online, but the issue was it's like you're supposed to just be like moving through the crowds and you're looking for your target. And once people figured out though that they could just hide on the roof, and then and we call them roof kids. And then, so it's like, oh man, we're playing with a bunch of roof kids because they wouldn't do it right. Instead of hiding in the crowd and blending in, they would just stay on the roof and make you come to them. And then it's just all out combat instead of actually like the stealthy everything. And they broke the game just pretty quickly. And when you would get in a lobby like that, it would always start with maybe one kid doing it. Then everyone would start doing it because they're like, well, now it's not fair. And so they need to definitely, it's like, figure out balance, preventing people from just cheesing the game like that. That was always the issue, was it started out super fun, but once people figured out a way to manipulate the gameplay, it just kind of fell apart.
Mm-hmm. Man, Ubisoft just feels like a mess anytime I hear about any game they're making. Like Roller Drome, that game that came out and everyone forgot about. I respect them trying a bunch of different stuff, but doesn't work out very often, it seems like, with them, except for Assassin's Creed, which continues to do very well, it seems like.
Oh yeah, and Far Cry. It's like we can make fun of the sameness of the Far Cry games, but it's a winning formula that does sell, that people still have fun with. It's something that my interest has waned over the years. Like I really just I'm not too jazzed about Far Cry anymore, but you can understand why they keep going back to it when, like you mentioned, Brad, like some of their other more innovative ideas don't necessarily pan out.
Right.
And then it's like, well, we'll make another one of these. It's like Law and Order. It's just one of those things of like, yeah, we're on episode 500 with Mariska Hargitay on Law and Order SVU, and people are still watching it and they like it. So don't stop making them. We'll just keep making these, and
people keep buying it.
And they still try other things on the side, whether we make fun of them or not. They are still trying new things, but they got to make money somehow.
You got to make money somehow, yeah. After all that money they spent on Skull and Bones and a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Woof. Real quick correction, Rollodrome was not Ubisoft. It was 2K and Private Division.
Oh, no. What was the game I'm thinking of? They made like a roller.
I know. I think I know what you're talking about. There was an extreme sports game that I liked,
Roller
actually.
Champions. That was it, I believe. Roller Champions, yeah. This was like
Riders Republic is the Roller Champions.
Too.
They made Roller Champions, yes.
Yeah.
Oh
this
my
was
God, yeah.
What the fuck is that, dude? Like, I never even heard of this. What the hell?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right that nobody cared about it. I literally didn't even see this at all.
Yep.
Riders Republic was an open world extreme sports game, and it's actually pretty cool. Came out in 2021.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good, actually, or fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You got to have a wingsuit and you fly around and shit, you know?
And they did that game, what was it, Steep, I think it was called, or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. I mean, like, unrelated. I was just thinking the other day about like how Foam Stars came and went, but I couldn't remember the name of it. And in my head, I was like, "What's that game?" It's like Soapland or something. I was like, "Soap something."
Soapland, the brothel.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh no, Foam Stars!" But because I had Yakuza on the brain, but I was like, "It's like that's Soapland."
Yeah, that's Square Enix trying to be Ubisoft and Nintendo at the same time, basically. You know.
Yes.
Stars, right?
Come Stars, yeah.
I just saw a headline: Ubisoft is making Riders Republic into a movie. I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? Like, I just said it's a good game. Nobody wants an extreme sports movie from Ubisoft. What is?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Ubisoft's a bizarre company.
Video game companies are so stupid. They're like, oh my god, dude, our story is so good. You know, our fucking IP is so good.
Our Riders Republic story.
Yeah, our Riders Republic story is so good. It should be like a movie, man. You know, like, what the fuck are you smoking, dude? Like,
I don't know.
You know,
everyone wants the trans narrative thing going on there.
That's the thing. Everyone wants to have like multiple bites at the apple, and so it's like, okay, well, you know, we just saw the Borderlands movie kind of take a hot dump, but we'll try it. You know, we'll still see what we can do. It's because they see the success of like the Mario movie, but it's like, but that makes sense, you know, like that makes sense, and it was done well. It's not, as we've seen with many IP over the years, it's not just make a movie, you have a budget, it'll be good. It won't be good. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at it.
It's Mario. It's it's the main character of video games. Like, what are you talking about? Of course Mario is going to do well. Of course Minecraft is going to do well. Minecraft is literally the biggest game ever. And Minecraft didn't even do as good as Mario, I think, too, which is crazy. I didn't expect that. Minecraft box office.
It's like, if I'm thinking of video games that maybe could get a movie, I don't want this. Stardew Valley movie? I feel like that could be a thing. All right. Indie darling, we get Zoe Deschanel, you know?
Stardew Valley movie would be pretty good, actually. I would watch that.
Right? It's like not a thing I actually want, but if I'm thinking of video games that could justify a movie.
Right, yeah. I don't like Stardew Valley.
That is not one.
Yeah, Riders Republic is not it.
That's not it.
That ain't it.
I don't know.
All right.
God of War, honestly, you know, like part of God of War is ripping, like, you're the player ripping the gods apart. You know, I don't know. You take that out, and it's like at a certain point, I'm just watching sad Mortal Kombat. You know,
that's the thing. Like, I feel like Hades would be a better candidate for a movie, because it's like, oh, I mean, that's like a fucking, I don't know, it's a story that's like pretty emotional at times. I'm like, yeah, that could work. It's still, though, so combat heavy. I'm like, I don't know how much story you're gonna squeeze in here. But I feel like on things that could work.
That's an interesting point, because like Secret Level has so many, that the Amazon show Secret Level, so many of his episodes were all about like the gameplay loop of dying and like coming back to life or whatever. Like that Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow.
Live, Die, Repeat. Yeah.
Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow, whatever, right? And so, I think you can make a pretty funny and compelling story out of Hades about dying and coming back to life. Whereas like Kratos, just like, you know, like you have to have jumping puzzles to get out of Hades or whatever, you know? I don't know.
All right. Next thing we got here, PlayStation is going to have a State of Play that's focusing exclusively on 007 First Light. Now, this is coming to Switch 2 as well. This is from IO Interactive, which airs Wednesday, September 3rd at 11 a.m. By the time you hear this, it might already be out. But I am curious to see this game. I like IO, the Hitman games, a lot. I would like to see their take on James Bond and how they kind of handle that more action angle and all that stuff. So we'll get a deep dive into the gameplay. Gene, are you looking forward to seeing this game?
I am. I am worried about it. Right?
You're worried?
I'm a little worried about it because it's been a while since we've heard anything. Since Hitman, and Hitman 3 was excellent, stellar. What a great way. So like, there's nothing in terms of like the quality of IO's past, other than Mind's Eye, of course, and their judgment in doing that. But like, for me, I'll be a little bit more forgiving because like I think Leslie Benzies, the producer of GTA, just went in there. He's like, hey, I made GTA. I can make another GTA
Snake
for you.
oil.
I totally get that. I totally understand like the linear logic of getting to that point. And it feels like that they kind of like knew that, which is why they just sandwich Mind's Eye in their like summer presentation for IO Interactive. Yeah, here's 45 minutes of Mind's Eye. All right, moving back on to the good shit, that we got. Too bad we're stuck with this. But I'm worried because honestly, I gotta say, the first look that we've seen of the trailer, I don't know if I like it.
What was it about? Do you think
it looks too cinematic? And I get that this is James Bond and it's supposed to be cinematic, right? But it's like, I would have been interested in a James Bond game that isn't cinematic, that is trying to be experiential as a James Bond, that you become quote unquote James Bond, right? But again, we barely saw anything. They just want to show out the flashiest stuff. So I'm really, really excited for State of Play because I would like to see like the actual gameplay loop. How linear is it? Is there going to be a lot of room for player expression that the Hitman games allow? That kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm not worried about it as in like I think it's going to be bad. Like I'm worried about it. Like I want to know what's in the game. That's all. Like I'm concerned and interested, maybe.
Yeah.
Sort of like worried. So
I'm looking forward to it because I do like the Hitman games. I hope there is some like room for experimentation in the levels, like even like GoldenEye back in the day kind of had like the objectives, side objectives you could do. I hope there's stuff like that, but I also think it is important to have some action set pieces in there.
Totally.
So, it needs to separate itself from. I don't want just Hitman with James Bond.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's a tricky balance. You're right.
It is.
Right?
It's tricky.
I wouldn't know. I'm just a fucking podcaster. I wouldn't know how to do that. So it's like the only thing I'd be worried about is like how do you even do that? That seems like such a hard task. That's where I'm coming from. Right.
I will say I do like the angle of the game as it being like very early James Bond, like him being very young and stuff like that, and like a total rookie. I think that's a cool approach.
Yes, I think evoking the Casino Royale approach of like, hey, here's Bond, rough and ready and ready to go, and at the early stages of his career, that'll be very empowering. That'll help the player kind of immerse themselves in their role. Because we're entering the first world, the world of MI6 or whatever, or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
it'll be cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited. That's tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow for us. Yeah, so by the time everyone hears it'll be already happened. So yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, totally.
Maiko, any interest in Bond?
Much like Indiana Jones, it's not a franchise I have any special like affection for or knowledge about. Sure. But I hope Colin plays this so I can watch it because I enjoyed watching him play the Indiana Jones game. I've just never seen the movies. I have, like, when I was a kid, I saw bits and pieces of some of the James Bond movies. They would usually do like a Thanksgiving marathon. Yeah. And my Uncle John would always put that on the TV because he loved James Bond, and so did his son. So I remember watching like bits and pieces of them as a kid, but I've never like sat and watched a whole James Bond movie. I've never seen the Daniel Craig ones or anything. But I like the look of this. I'm not a Hitman game person, though. I liked the Hitman movie, but I don't enjoy stealth games.
The Hitman movie?
Really? I enjoyed the Hitman movie quite a bit. Okay. In my youth.
You know what? I'm with you there, Micah. I kind of like the I want to call them both of them actually, because there are two versions of Hitman movies, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've only seen one of them.
Which one did you see?
Okay, so not the
Tim Oliphant. I like that version.
Yes, that's the one. That is the one that
I like that one a lot better. It's a stupid movie, but I like it. I think it's a good corny action movie. They should not have made it. but
I liked that. And so here's the thing, though. I liked that, and then I was like, oh, let me check out these Hitman games, later on. And I don't enjoy planning or stealth or being methodical.
Gotcha.
I was actually just talking to Colin about this. We were walking the dogs earlier because I had said I was watching him play the Metal Gear Solid, whatever, and I was like, I just don't enjoy stealth and like plotting. I said I want to just go in there and shoot a bunch of dudes. That's the game.
Right.
Like for me, gameplay is about doing extraordinary things I would never do. I mean, not that I'm going to be sneaking around a Russian science lab, but if I was in that position, I would try and just kill as many people as possible. So that's the fantasy, right? So gameplay has to fulfill that fantasy of me being a mass murderer. If I'm just sneaking around, what's the fun in that?
Yeah,
I hope Colin plays it because I'd like to see it. I do really like the story angle of like it's a young James Bond. I think that's really cool. Kind of discovering what makes him unique as an agent, like James Bond just as a character, very stylish, of course, like the ladies' man type
suave,
deal. I really love the idea of seeing that character evolve and develop, but it's definitely not going to be my type of gameplay. I appreciate, though, what you guys are mentioning as people who play stealth games of, you don't want it to just be strictly Hitman with a James Bond skin. That could have just been a DLC. So how do they differentiate and make it a different experience?
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it. All right, this one is for me and Gene here. We got some Silksong info. As everyone knows, the game launches Thursday this week. Me and Gene are very excited, but I just got some more details. First of all, the game's $20. That is a steal, in my opinion.
Crazy.
I could not believe it was $20.
Allegedly twice as big as Hollow Knight, which could be a 100-hour game.
Wait, it's allegedly that twice as big as Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
What? Hollow Knight was a massive game already.
Hollow Knight is so big, dude.
That's crazy.
It's such a big game. So yeah, allegedly twice as big. That's crazy.
Yeah. So. We got some launch times too, when the game will go live for everybody. So for our US fellow listeners, Pacific time 7 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern, UK BST 3 p.m., France CEST 4 p.m., Japan 11 p.m., Australia 12 a.m. morning September 5th, and New Zealand 2 a.m. September 5th. Also on Game Pass, and if you have the Switch version, there's a free upgrade from Switch to Switch 2. So that's pretty nice. Gene, are you going to play this as soon as you can on Thursday?
Yes, I will be playing it on PC.
Playing on PC? Do you want to play on your Steam Deck?
I want to play on my Steam Deck. I did play, but my second run of Hollow Knight was on PC. And I think part of the reason why I don't think I mentioned this. If you want to hear all my thoughts on Hollow Knight, I go into deep detail in Summonside.
Yep.
But I don't think I mentioned that I think that there's like button latency on the Switch version of Hollow Knight.
Oh, okay.
And I think that contributed to I'm like, why do people even love this game? It controls bad. Yeah. And it's like, I played the version that just didn't like control that well, And it's the version that it was like the first console version, so it's a little surprising. It really does seem like Team Cherry is prioritizing the Switch here. So I would definitely buy Silksong on physical PC? Once it comes out.
Oh, you physical? Okay, cool.
On the Switch, but on launch day, I'll play it on PC for sure. So can't wait.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Mike, I know you're not going to be playing this or anything like that, but are you excited for Colin? Because I think Colin's going to play, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm excited for all of you guys who are ready for the game and have been waiting for it. But
Oh, I've been
and
waiting for
I'll
so
be
long.
excited.
The past 3 days
The past week for Eugene.
not even
I've
a
been
week. Like
waiting
I beat
a long
I
time.
beat Hollow Knight like 3-4 days ago. So it's like, oh
Mhm.
man, the wait has been excruciating. Like you can't believe. I can't wait to see what happens in the story next. Oh my god.
But yeah, this is a game that I'm once again excited to watch Colin play. I enjoy just being not a backseat gamer in the annoying way, but I enjoy just watching him play
Yeah,
things that I
observing.
have no interest in, like Ender Lilies. Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
yeah.
Things like that were like gorgeous games, cool little story. It's just not something I'd want to play. I like being
Mm.
along for the ride for those type of games. So I am excited that he's going to play this and I get to see it. I've actually never seen anything from Hollow Knight. So I have no experience at all with that. So I'm pretty stoked about this.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah. So that'll be good. I'm really excited to play it. I've been waiting a long time for this game, so it's finally here, which is cool.
It's been 84
Yeah,
years.
it has been. I mean, I remember seeing this at E3 in 2019. My old coworker played it there. And it's like, here we are in 2025. Now it's finally coming out. So kind of wild. All right, let's move on to what we're playing. Yesterday, me and Gene went very in depth with everyone we played, so I'll save me and Gene for last. Micah, what have you been playing?
Okay, well, so Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. I picked up my copy last week. I have been playing a disgusting amount of that game.
Yes, yeah.
It is so good. I was genuinely worried a little bit of, is this going to be different enough to hold my interest, having so recently finished Trio of Towns. And it really is just such a unique take on the Story of Seasons formula. Now, this is a remake, so for some people, this isn't new at all, but I never got to play the original Grand Bazaar. So it's really cool. A couple things that make it different. Obviously, you have the store aspect. Every week, you run your stall at the bazaar, and that's the primary way to make money. You can, of course, sell stuff in the like general store during the week if you like really need money, but your goal is to make as much money as possible at the bazaar to level it up. So you want most of your income to come from that because the sales of the bazaar are what encourage people to open new stalls, and you help them do that, of course, with fetch quests. And then also, though, the money you make there levels you up so that your bazaar goes from like the village bazaar. The goal is to get all the way up to grand bazaar as the rank, right? I'll say too, something else that's different. They have simplified farming in this one. So Trio of Towns, by comparison, had very in-depth farming. So when you would grow carrots, let's say, it's not just that they have a star, 1 through 5. They also had stars on different attributes. So it was, I think, color, juiciness, there were like 2 more. There were like 4 different attributes for each fruit and vegetable, whatever. And they had different fertilizers that you used to boost each one. So the strategy was that like the first time you grow this crop, you're going to try and boost 1 attribute or like 2 at the most, because you can fertilize your crops, I think twice a day, water them twice a day. And so this time around, you're going to boost all the juiciness and try and get that up to like 4 stars. The next season that you grow that crop, you're going to try and boost the next one. It takes a long fucking time, as you can imagine. Even having played that game for like the full like year cycle, because I played it till I got married, I only had crops that were at best like 2.5 star crops. It really takes like forever.
Wow.
In this game, Grand Bazaar, I played the spring season and I'm like halfway through summer. I already have a 5-star crop. So it's just much simpler because crops are just 1 through 5 stars. Water them twice a day, fertilize them. Really, it's very simple. They don't have these like extra attributes. Another cool thing is the crafting is far simplified. When you want to upgrade your farm in Trio of Towns, you have to provide all the materials and the money. And in this game, it's just money. So you want to expand your farm space, you just pay the guy. You want to add something, you just pay the guy. Now, there is a lot of like material gathering for other requests. Like when somebody wants to open a stall, they might ask you for 100 pieces of lumber and you're going to go collect that. But it's interesting to me that for your own upgrades, aside from your tools, like you have to collect the stone and the copper, stuff like that to upgrade your like watering can, that type of stuff. But so far, the like building upgrades have, instead of like to upgrade your field, instead of having to provide 100 dirt, you just give the guy the money. So they have streamlined a lot of things. And then the crafting is done with this. They have these windmills in town that you use to craft various items, and each windmill crafts different things. So you input your materials and then you wait. There is a system in the game, of course, for weather, as is in like other Story of Seasons games. But in this one, the wind is one of the most important factors because depending on how fast the wind is, the faster the windmill will finish your items. So a cool little kind of like game within a game there of planning out for windy days to get as much stuff done as you can, because if the next day the air is still, it'll take forever to finish your stuff. And the actual like store mechanic itself, when you run your stall every week, really fun little mini game that lasts for several minutes depending on how much stuff you have to sell. And you're just placing your stuff up on the counter and people come and you click A to check them out as fast as you can. Sometimes they'll come up, and if you have something in your back stock that's not out, the like icon will pop up. So you can try to put the stuff out before they leave, but they will get impatient. It's great. I love it. I try to not look at how long I've played it because I am horrified that in a week I've already played this game so much. But it's perfect. It's addicting. I'm having the best time. And it's a neat mix of streamlining some aspects while adding in like the weekly stall market type deal. It's fantastic so far. If you haven't played this game and you love your farming games, your Harvest Moon type stuff, I highly recommend it. I'm playing the Switch 1 version on Switch 2. The only thing I notice is the loading times can be a little long. Okay. I don't know for sure, though, if the Switch 2 version alleviates that. But truly, I've had no issues, and we're talking about me, but I've had no issues with the graphics or anything like that while running around town talking to people. I think it's perfectly fine. The loading times are the only thing that are a little slow. Even then, it's not egregious. It's just like, could be faster. But I didn't want to pony up the money for the Switch 2 version. I don't think you have to. So okay. I'm having a great time. I will say the bachelors are lacking, but that's...
Wait, I thought you found a guy you liked in it. You found a guy you liked in it.
He's married.
Oh, ouch.
Oh my God. So I met this guy, Eric. Okay. He's perfect. All right. Gray haired. He wears a suit. Okay. He has like a teenage daughter, but I was like, whatever, I can move past that. But then I found out his wife lives out of town because I thought he was like a single dad. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. I can do that.
A DILF.
And then he's like, my wife didn't move here with us. I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. And then I Googled it and he's not an eligible bachelor. And I was like, damn it. And the bachelors just aren't great. This is the first time in one of these games I've just been like, ugh, none of you guys are really hot stuff. There is a guy I'm pursuing. He's a weirdo though. He like lives in the mountains and he just works out a lot. But it's the best they had. It's the best they had. So the other options are like a painter, a school teacher. Nothing wrong with those, but they're not exciting. Okay.
Gotcha.
Like in Trio of Towns, I dated a doctor. Okay. Like I have standards when I play these games. And then in this game, it's like I can date the starving artist or the local tutor. It's like, that's not exciting. This is supposed to be romance. I'm supposed to be swept off my feet. So I'm dating a homeless guy who lives in the woods basically because like it feels rebellious, like, oh, my parents wouldn't approve. I don't know. You got to add in your own storyline here. But yeah, the bachelors are lacking. I will say that unless you are into like cutesy boys, basically, because like they're just like baby faced,
like K-pop boys.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they're just lacking. They're lacking.
Okay.
I'm not into that. The girl options are way better. But I always play as a girl because I am one. Like, because in most games I'll play as a man. Like if I'm playing almost anything and it's a choice of like male or female, I almost always play as a man. But in these, when it comes to romance, I'm like, I'm not trying to romance a woman. That's weird. But the female choices are 10 times better. Like they're pretty, they dress nice, they have good personalities, and the boys are just fucking weird.
Are you courting Arata? Is that his name?
Oh yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. He's kind of like the best option out of all of them. I also I named my girl Armani. I always kind of want in real life. I've always wondered what it would have been like if my parents given me a more black name. And so I'm like, I'm gonna name her Armani, and she's brown and she has curly hair like me. And so this is what my life would be like if I had a black name and I was a farmer and I lived in a remote mountain village.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at all the eligible people you can date in this game. Yeah.
They're not good. I mean, like the school teacher guy sucks. He's nice, okay? But he's like, my parents died when I was young. And it's like, God, not again. You know, give me something else. Give me something else.
I'd pick June right away for the girls, just based off looks.
So that's Eric's daughter, right? Okay. You got to Google Eric. You have to see him. He's
no,
amazing.
I saw the picture because you posted him on Twitter and Colin got owned.
I mean, he's perfect. It's a goddamn travesty that he's not an eligible bachelor. It's like, leave your wife, or you don't even have to. All right,
leave your wife.
I don't care. All right, like she doesn't even live here. Because the weird thing, like the whole thing with them. This isn't a spoiler. It comes out like the very first time you talk to June. She's like, "Yeah, my mom didn't move here with us. She didn't want to leave her job in the big city." And it's like, okay, your wife sucks. I could be that. All right.
Yeah.
I'll move in. I'm the same age as June. It's a little weird, but like I could be your new stepmom. I don't care. We'll be cool. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Or ship her off to boarding school. I don't give a fuck. Anyways. So yeah, I'm still upset about Eric.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing actually, because I really have not been pursuing the romance aspect nearly as much. In other games, I am like, as soon as I meet someone, I'm like, you're my new husband, and I start giving them presents every day, and I'm getting the points. And in this one, I'm kind of like, I haven't brought that guy anything all week. I guess I'll bring him a bowl of rice. Like, so it is funny. It's completely changing how I play the game, because I don't even know if I'm gonna get married in this one. I'm not really feeling it.
Sure.
Not really feeling it. You know, it feels like I'll be settling for anyone who's not Eric.
Yeah. Okay. Well, glad to see you're having fun. Sorry about the bachelor front.
It's so like, dude, I'll make Colin laugh though, because I'll be playing it on the TV and I'll be like, there's Eric, and I'll like run up to him and he's like fucking cracking up. Or I'll be like, Eric congratulated me because I won my bronze medal at the crop festival. You know, like I just keep telling him. He'll be like, how's the game going? I'll be like, Eric did this today.
Anything else, Mike? Or are you just grinding away on this?
That is consuming all of my time and energy. I accidentally stayed up until 4 a.m. the other day because I was having so much fun.
Okay. Very nice.
This is very not good for me. This is Minecraft levels of obsession right now.
Yeah. You're playing Switch, and there's a Switch 2 version, right? I think there is as well.
Yes, yeah. And I'm just playing. I'm playing it on my Switch 2, but just playing the Switch 1 edition. Okay. That was a matter of, it wasn't a game key card. I had just simply already pre-ordered it. And when the pre-orders were announced, it was only for Switch 1. Then they announced that there was a Switch 2 copy, but I pre-ordered it in my local GameStop in-store. And I was too lazy to go update it. So I was like, whatever.
Okay. Gene, we talked a lot yesterday, but is there anything you'd want to touch on?
So go check out Seven Sign if you want deeper thoughts on Hollow Knight, Lost Soulside, and Metal Gear Solid 3 or Delta Snake Eater, which I really, really enjoy. So, I mean, just briefly, Lost Soulside is a decent game that needs a lot of fixing.
Yeah, it's messy.
Yeah,
but
messy game.
Some fun to be had. Some.
Yeah, don't rush out to buy this right now unless you're like super, super hankering for a character action game. And at that point, I might even just recommend just try Devil May Cry 5 again, or play one of the
buy the special edition.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah. But if you haven't bought the special edition, go get that instead. You know, play a DMC, the other reboot. You know, that one's also better too. Play Final Fantasy 16, maybe, you know, but Lost Soulside does have some good combo potential, and as one of the commenters on Summon Side said that, yeah, I don't like. I am tired of combo crazy games, but when it comes to combo crazy games, Lost Soulside is a decent one. It's a decent one. Metal Gear Delta, real quick, I think it's great. I think it's a great version of Snake Eater, and that's how I view it. It's not a replacement. It's not even a remake of Snake Eater. It's just another version of Snake Eater that has a new cool control system that's obviously quote unquote modern, with porous skin. But I feel like that they match the kind of, most of the aesthetic of the original game fairly well. Go check it out. If you're a huge Metal Gear fan, go check it out. If you played Snake Eater recently, then don't bother. You can wait until it patches and wait until it gets cheaper, because it'll inevitably get both.
Yeah.
And Hollow Knight, everyone's correct. One of the greatest games of all time. I was wrong. You were all right. I think it's great, and I'm actually writing my review of Hollow Knight 2017 right now. But spoiler alert, it is 4 stars. I think Hollow Knight is indeed a masterpiece of a game.
4 out of 4 stars. All right.
4 out of 4 stars, and I cannot wait for Silksong. The one other game I've actually been playing is now I'm into 2D games again, Brad. I think the 1-2 punch of Ninja Gaiden and Ragebound, which is fucking awesome. The 1-2-3 punch, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, which I still want to get to, but I just haven't had time, and I'm not going to review it, so I'm not going to pressure myself to play it. Also, awesome game. I think also great companion to Hollow Knight, because it's like a mini Metroidvania, and Hollow Knight 1-2-3 punch. So I've been playing. I revisited the Prince of Persia game, not Lost Crown, the Rogue Prince of Persia.
Oh, the roguelite that came out recently?
Yeah, the roguelite. That's made by Evil Empire, who helped make Dead Cells. They're not exactly makers of the Dead Cells game, which I love. Dead Cells is... I think I like Dead Cells better gameplay wise than Hades, even though I think Hades is a much better game, right?
Sure.
Because the story is so good, right?
Yeah.
But the Rogue Prince of Persia is basically like Dead Cells, but it's got an emphasis on parkour a little bit more. Of course, it's Prince of Persia, so there's really like dude, it kind of feels like the fucking Aladdin game from Sega Genesis, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had that.
The platforming, the smoothness of the animation, not to like say like, oh, Aladdin and the Prince of Persia, the same thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the smoothness of the animation, and the way that like he has to like, you have to jump on certain bars and swing around and everything like that. Climbing up walls, wall jumping, the combat, you get different weapons. It works just like Dead Cells, where you're going through a 2D Metroidvania-like environment that's always dynamic and changing, and you're collecting different weapons and you're leveling up. That's really the only problem with Rogue Prince of Persia, is that like, other than like the good feeling of the movement, it doesn't really do anything new to the format, other than hey, this is Prince of Persia, but now it's a roguelike too.
Okay.
It's basically Prince of Persia Dead Cells.
Yeah.
But I like that because I fucking love Dead Cells.
Yeah.
And I love Prince of Persia. Longtime fans of me would know that Prince of Persia is literally the first video game I ever played. Saw it at a friend's house, and I was like, what is this thing called video games? I am 5 years old. I don't understand the world, but I know I understand this. I need this in my life for the rest of my life. And it's been 40 years since then. I'm 44 now, so whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why I needed to play Rogue Prince of Persia, and I've been enjoying it, and it's a nice little game to play in between all the other games I'm playing right now too. So there's a lot, because holy shit, 2025 I think is an incredible year for games, honestly.
Yeah, lots of good shit.
It's too much. What if Borderlands 4 is fucking awesome, and it very well could be.
Oh,
I'm scared of that.
I am. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out so early in the year, it really is. It's like, dude, when I recap like the incredible games so far, and that's still my game of the year, but it's like, geez, and that was like the beginning. That was what, February?
Yeah, early in the year.
And there's still so much unreleased shit. This is a really fantastic year. It only bums me out in terms of awards because I say, man, there's so many games that deserve best soundtrack. There's so many games that deserve best XYZ. And I just feel like there are some years where it's like the winner's obvious because it's just not as stacked. And this is a year when I'm like, man, there's going to be people who did deserve awards who just didn't get them this time.
Yeah,
you know what? It goes, man. It's so funny to become a Hollow Knight hater to a Hollow Knight lover. Because and I actually played a little bit of Expedition 33 last night too, because I'm like, man, I kind of missed that game.
What? You went back to Expedition 33 again?
for like 15 minutes. I played it for like 15, 30 minutes.
What are you doing, man? You got so much shit to play already.
I know. I just turned it on and I just moved around and I did a fight, just to feel it again. And I was like,
that is some drug addict shit you just said right now. I just booted up for 15 minutes, man, just to feel it again.
Hit, bro. I just did a little hit of like other games, bro.
Yeah.
So I took a hit at Expedition 33, and I was like, "Ooh, I remember why I actually love this game quite a bit." Now that like the discourse, I feel like has kind of simmered down a little bit now, and it's been some time. It's been several months, So I'm not playing Expedition 33, to be clear, but I will play it soon. What was I gonna say though? But beyond that though, I still want to piss off Expedition 33 fans. Now I'm hoping Silksong just becomes Game of the Year. I've gone from like, oh, what if Silksong gets canceled? Everyone will be so mad. He. Now I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking hoping that Silksong just blows all the competition out of the water. I think it'll be so sick. I'm like, this is way better than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, way better than Donkey Kong Bonanza, way better than Death Stranding 2. I want Silksong to fucking like get to the top, baby. Because I think Silksong is like the perfect game for my mentality, where it's like Expedition 33 has like the story of like, oh, it's a small team. Well, guess what? Silksong is even fucking smaller, bitch. There's even less people working on it. Oh my god, only 3 people, but But it solves that issue. It'll probably have great platforming, which is also Donkey Kong Bonanza. It'll probably have a great story, which is like Death Stranding 2 or like I guess Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or whatever. It probably just won't match like how Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is such like an immersive RPG, which I still want to get to. I still need to get to that. So.
Yeah,
game's awesome. But yeah,
Rogue Prince of Persia. Check it out if you're a Prince of Persia fan and if you like Dead Cells and if you got time, basically.
It's on PS Plus Extra, I think. So if you
is it? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, people, not a lot of people played the game, and the developers even came out and said that it's like, it's been pretty disappointing. And I think a large part of that is because they made the fucking prince a purple skin guy.
Yeah, I did see that. That was kind of Prince of Persia. I remember seeing that. I thought he was purple.
He was purple. Yeah. And everyone's like, why the fuck is he purple? And they're like, oh, because of the art style. It makes it look unique. And everyone's like, that's a fucking stupid reason, though. Actually.
Yeah. Looks like there's another human that's purple, too. But yeah.
Yeah. So they removed the purple and they made him a regular, just look like a regular human being. And it looks a lot better. It looks a lot cooler. I didn't understand the I could deal with it, but purple skin, whatever. The fucking characters that Doug, the old Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yeah. Steven Universe ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like we all grew up with fucking Nickelodeon cartoons and everything like that, and Steven Universe. Like these characters look insane. So I'm able to put my mentality in that, but like there was no reason he needed to be purple. I'm glad that he's a
what I think
human.
Some of the problem was with maybe people playing this game as Gene, and that it was in early access for a while.
Yes,
and I feel like
there wasn't a lot.
Took out the momentum of like it being out and getting a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah, so 1.0 just came out. Yeah, 1.0 release just came out. It's been in early access, and I was playing on early access because I was really excited for it. I fucking love Prince of Persia,
Mm-hmm.
So I got in on early access, and there wasn't much there, honestly, So like there was so little there that even I couldn't even talk about it, Like I was like I couldn't even like be like, oh, check this out on early access. Like no, just wait till they figure it out, and they kind of figured it out. So I'm still trying to make my way through it. They completed the story, so I'm interested to find my way through to the end. But still exploring the environments. Really cool, great music. Like Arabic melodies and tunes mixed with hip hop beats. Really good shit. Complete opposite from Hollow Knight, where Hollow Knight's like, and I love the Hollow Knight music. I will be glazing the Hollow Knight music in my review completely. But it is refreshing to now play like a platformer game where again the music is like driving you. Beats, drive, jump, attack.
Yeah, cool. Oh. All right. Just for me, we talked about everything I've been playing, but I'll just talk briefly about Shinobi because we didn't touch on it really this much in this episode. But like Gene was saying, it's an excellent companion to Ninja Gaiden. Of course, side-scrolling ninja game, but it is very different in how you play it and the momentum of everything like that. It's much more combo-based, has a little bit of Metroidvania elements into it in the sense that you go through actual stages, but the stages themselves have kind of a Metroidvania map, and you cannot access everything right away. Kind of have to replay some stages with new powers. I've played like 2 hours of it so far, and I think it's very fun. Awesome soundtrack. It feels really good to play. Fun combos, really fun unlocking new abilities, cool bosses. A great game all around. I really dig it. Look forward to playing more, but just too much fucking shit right now, man.
There's so much, dude. Yeah, I was listening to Defining Duke last week, and Cog was like glazing this game too, and he was like, "Yeah, it's definitely a game of the year contender." And I agree. It's another fucking game of the year contender. 2 ninja games, dude, and we still haven't played Ninja Gaiden 4 yet, man.
I know. Yeah, that's the main event
game of the year. I'm scared. So. This fucking year is crazy. Actually, this year is scary for great games.
Dude.
Kirby Air Riders, bro.
Yeah, it's coming out.
That's the thing. Like, just for even some of the, I don't mean to say less important, but I'm going to say even for some of the less important categories, like setting aside game of the year, just thinking about soundtrack, art direction, like it's not even just that there's so many great games, it's that they are so vastly different. It's like we're talking about a wide array of genres and styles here. Like when you think of a best art direction, it's like, I mean, geez, with all the games released and they are so different from each other, it's like I certainly wouldn't know how to choose. And same for soundtrack. Something like Expedition 33, and then it's just like, man, how would you choose? So I'm glad I'm not in that position and I can just critique it as an armchair, quarterback type situation.
Yeah.
I hope Expedition 33 doesn't win art direction.
No, I hope not.
I still think it's an ugly game.
I want them to win something because I did like it.
They should win Game of the Year. They should win Game of the Year.
It shouldn't. It might be my number 2 for Game of the Year, honestly. So far. I mean, there's still more to play, right? As of right now, it's maybe like my number 2 spot. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is still number 1 for me. But
I gotta play that.
Christ almighty, I wouldn't be able to choose past that point.
The thing about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is that like when people call it Game of the Year, they're like, no, this is the one. I'm just like, okay, all right. I gotta check it out, man.
Yeah,
you sound real serious about it.
It was really good. I really enjoyed my time with that game.
It truly was just, I hadn't been that immersed in a game since maybe The Witcher 3. Like, I really was just feeling like I fucking was Henry. And it was just, it was also just like the absolute escape I needed at that point in my life. But it was just truly like, I felt like I was him. And it's like, oh, I'm going to get vengeance. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah,
I can't say enough good things about it.
A really good game. Yeah, it did remind me a lot of The Witcher 3, for sure, playing through it. I mean, I had more of a connection with Geralt because I played 1 and 2, and I hadn't played Kingdom Come 1. But it's like I could still see what's so good about it, and I could feel like the quality in it. It was an awesome game. Yeah. I loved it.
They give you enough backstory, so you don't have to play the first one. You don't have to be a lunatic like I did and play the first one 2 weeks before the second one came out. I still recommend the first one, but you don't have to. But also, shout out, the author of The Witcher is releasing another book. I already pre-ordered it.
Okay.
Yes. This is another, I believe it's more of like a prequel. So Geralt's earlier years. And so that's coming out soon. So I literally just saw though because I follow his book publisher on Twitter because I like to read a lot. And I was like, holy shit, new Andrei Sapkowski joint. So I immediately pre-ordered that.
Cool.
I have to have the complete collection of Witcher books. I simply must.
Yeah, you must have it. All right, let's move on to the next piece of news. we talked about this earlier in the year, but Pokemon LEGO is coming. But now we got some price rumors, and oh boy, get ready to pay up, Pokemon fans. Now I'm getting this. I didn't even know the subreddit exists, but of course it does. This is from the subreddit LEGO Leak. And so here we got some of the Pokemon stuff, the breakdowns, the prices, and the pieces. March 1st is the general release for the stuff that's coming out. We don't know exactly what's coming out, though, particularly. And February 27th for Insiders, which is like LEGO's, I guess, insider program, the Elite, I guess. Anyways, all these sets are recommended to be 18 years or older plus, probably just because they're complicated. So these are all targeted at millennials like me. I won't be buying these, though, because they're expensive.
You're going to buy it, Brad.
Well, maybe the $60 one if it's cool. But the other ones, I don't think so. Anyways, the first one is 587 pieces, which is $60. Sure. Seems fine. Whatever. The next one, quite a leap, though, is 2,050 pieces, which is $200. And here's the big boy. The next one is 6,838 pieces at the whopping price right now of $649.99. That is definitely one of the most expensive LEGO sets ever. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, what kind of Pokemon set is this going to be going right here? Is this going to be like a life-size Mewtwo with those huge hips? I don't know. Is it going to be a cool town, though? Like if it's like Pallet Town or something like that from Pokemon, that could be kind of sick. Gene, if there's a LEGO set for Pokemon, what would you like to see them make?
Oh, gosh. Maybe it's a Pokemon Center.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Like a big old Pokemon Center, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or a gym or something like that.
Yeah, get Nurse Joy in there, you know?
Ooh, Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah, Officer Jenny. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
You know, fund the police in that case.
Yeah. Fund the police.
Yeah. The police fund, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I wish DC was taken over by Officer Jenny's instead of like the fucking National Guard, you know?
Crazy. Officer Jenny's, dude.
Yeah.
Arrested people.
I don't know LEGO. I will not be buying this whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be some massive like world or like setting or whatever like that, and it's got to be iconic for people
to want iconic probably
to pay $600. So like maybe it's like fucking Ash's house or like it's like the first town or something like that. I don't know, man. That's fucking huge, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's massive. Micah, what LEGO Pokemon would you like?
Professor Oak's sex dungeon. He's got Mr. Mime down there. And Ash's mom, and
yeah, wow.
I don't know. I'm wearing a Pokemon shirt today, which is funny. I didn't mean to do that.
Let's see it. What is it?
Well, it's
Pikachu and Ash.
Okay. The child.
The child
thing. I bought this at Hot Topic like 10 years ago. It's because I liked it. I'm a poser in that regard. I'm just like, that's a cool shirt. I'll wear it. I have another shirt. Well, I got another shirt from Arcade Block, and it's got some of the ghost Pokemon on. Like, it's got Gengar and another one. Is that his name?
No, Gengar. Close.
Oh.
Gengar.
It's got him on it.
Gengar is like Chinese knockoff Pokemon or something.
It doesn't matter. But I like that shirt, too.
Cool.
But yeah, what do I want to see? It would be neat to be like, because while I was reading that subreddit and people were like, maybe it's a stadium. They're like, it might be kind of boring to build. And it's like, I think anything that's 6,000 fucking pieces might get boring after a while. But yeah, I'd be really curious to see these sets. What you said though, when you were like, oh, I'm surprised there is a LEGO Leak subreddit. That's exactly what people said when I mentioned the popcorn subreddit, where I got my recommendations on which popcorn kernels to buy for my air popper.
I don't know why I even thought that. It's just like, there's a Reddit for everything. I should know better.
That's the thing. I was surprised as the rest of the people. All I Googled was best kernels for air popper, and here it pops up, and I'm like, oh. And I fell down that rabbit hole and ended up buying these bespoke popcorn kernels off of Amazon. They're excellent. By the way, Snappy brand white popping kernels for my Dash Turbo Pop air popper. It's fucking incredible. I love this whole thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But makes total sense. Pokemon is a humongous IP in LEGO. of course, has tackled numerous IP, including Nintendo with like Mario and Donkey Kong and all that kind of stuff, Zelda. So Pokemon is a logical step that will probably make a lot of money.
Oh, dude, because think of the possibility for the minifigs. I mean, if they were even just to do like the original, what it is, 150.
Dude, what if they did like the original starters, like Squirtle,
well, right,
Bulbasaur,
just all the little minifigs,
Charmander?
Like, because those are just obvious add-ons for parents to buy. Like, okay, I buy you the Pokemon set, and then for your birthday, you can get the minifigs. Like, these are just obvious next steps, in my opinion. So it's like there's an endless number of Pokemon minifigs that they could make. This will be probably one of their most lucrative partnerships.
Yeah. I was at Target, I think 2 days ago, and I just walked by the Lego aisle real quick, as I do, just taking peeks. And there was a Gandalf versus Balrog thing, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Oh, dude.
This is crazy.
I need that.
It was cool.
I have the... One of my pop figures that I have like way up top there is Geralt versus the Leshen. And that's one I actually keep in the box. I have very few things that I keep boxed, but like that's one of them. But yeah, Lego is another blind spot for me just in terms of I didn't really grow up with it. And now I look at it and I'm like, I don't really have a spot for all this stuff. I see a ton of cool sets I want. Like that Lego Rivendell. Holy shit.
Oh man, that set is so cool. Yeah. It's like, I would love those, which just like space is an issue. But with Legos, what I do is if I build, like building them's the most fun for me part. But I keep everything. I just disassemble it. I put it in like a bag with the instruction manual, keep everything. I can build it again in the future if I want to.
Just bury it in the backyard.
No, I got it down there under a bed in a container.
Just flush the pieces down the toilet
just
one by one.
Just throw it in the grass at a park or something, and kids can step on it. Set a little trap for them.
Cow
all right,
drops.
so yeah, exactly. So we'll see those Legos next year, those Pokemon ones. All right, next story we got right here is Yooka-Replayee is coming out very soon in October, I believe, for everything. I think it's Switch 2 only. I was looking at a bunch of stuff right there, which is interesting. But in case anyone didn't know, this is like a new version of Yooka-Laylee, which came out several years ago, which is a 3D platformer made by some former Rare guys. And they're kind of like redoing the game and adding a bunch of new stuff to it. And it looks pretty fun to me. I do want to check it out. I just don't know when I will. But anyways, the game will be $30 digitally, $50 physical. And it is 30% off if you already own it digitally. And like I said, I think it's Switch 2 only. I don't know if it's on Switch 1, but I think the first game was on Switch 1, but not this version. But Micah, you're not really into platformers, but you've experimented a little bit here and there. Does this look interesting to you at all?
Not really, partly because though I did watch someone play this entire game through like the original when it came out. So like I backseat gamed for that and it was adorable. Cute little game, nice soundtrack as I recall. But it's not one that I would intend to revisit.
Gotcha.
So I think it's cool that they are doing this because it was one of those things of like, yeah, I remember people having some criticisms of the game, but appreciating what it was doing at the time of like, people miss these mascot platformers. Like somebody make one, and they did. Yeah.
October 9th is when it comes out, by the way. So yeah, pretty soon. Gene, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I forgot. Are you going to check this out, or are you interested at all?
No, I think I'm good. Again, like I'll check it out someday. You know, the game always look interesting, but you know, too much shit to play.
Yeah,
so
I get it. Yeah,
I'm good. Like that's it. It's just a huge problem right now. There's just way too much right now. So
yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, if you're interested in the game, it's out soon. All right, the next thing we got right here is It's Me, Mario stop motion shorts. A couple of them are out on YouTube, about 3 of them. We were talking about this weeks ago about Nintendo making more like younger children focused content, stuff like that. And these are some of the shorts. I watched these yesterday. They're all about like a minute long. Usually they're very cute though. Just little Mario shorts, stop motion. They look really nice. Micah, did you get a chance to watch any of these?
Yeah, I watched the first one. I do love stop motion stuff. As a kid, I was a huge like Wallace and Gromit fan, and which I'm waiting for Colin to play the Wallace and Gromit Power Wash Simulator because I'm like, please, I love Wallace and Gromit so much. So they are adorable. They're very, very well made. this stuff just always amazes me.
Mhm.
It's one of those things that makes me feel like a kid again. Because I remember when I figured out, like, when I learned about what stop motion was and the process behind it as a kid, it was like mind
A
blown.
grueling process, yeah.
It was just it's like when you figure out how to make your own flip books. If you ever did that as a kid, I loved making flip books. It was one of my favorite things. And so it was one of those things that just a little peek behind the curtain of how it all worked was incredible to me. And then I loved Wallace and Gromit even more. So these are really cute and just really well made. It's just one of those things that continues to blow my mind as like someone who could never actually do this. I just think it's super cool.
Yeah. Gene, what do you think about some of these Mario shorts? Did you get a chance to look at any of them?
I did not until just now. As Michael was talking, I literally just watched them.
Okay.
So
what'd you think?
That's how short they are.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're really cute. Of course, I was listening to what Micah was saying at the same time too. Don't get me wrong. So Micah is correct. I like when Micah said that it reminds her of when I was a kid, when she was a kid, watching these cartoons, because that's what I also get to. When I was at the Nintendo New York store, there was all these children's books that they're selling there. And I'm forgetting the publishers, but it's like the classic publishers of like Little Kitty like drawing books or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I flipped through them, and it's like, man, this really is like the same kind of books that I grew up with 40 years ago. Actually, like literally the same kind of paper, the same like spine. It's like the little golden.
Little golden books.
Golden books, yes, golden books, yeah, the golden spine, yes. Fucking, of course, they're just called golden books.
Those were fantastic. Yeah.
Right? The paper always felt good. There's always high quality paper, right? And it's like a hardcover, like a little bit. It's like a
yes.
So
they were thin little hardcover books.
Yes. There's like I almost bought it. So I was gonna buy it, right? Because I was just gonna buy it just for old time's sake. And then I flipped through it, and it's like it's the same fucking art from like the instruction manuals from like 40 years ago, man. It's literally like the same art from like the Super Mario Brothers 3 thing. I only recognize it because I used to Xerox copy that shit and like make paper cutouts, and like I would like decorate my notebooks and like like little pieces of paper with it to like make my own stories and Mario stories. And I'm like, here it is again in the book. I'm like, I like my old childhood inclination to just cut that shit out and paste it somewhere or tape it somewhere was striking again. And I was like, I don't need this. This is the same. This is the same shit. But it's like that's the beauty of Nintendo. It's like, they're still using the same art from 40 years ago, and you know why? Because it's still good. It hooked me as a kid. Fuck's sake, I'm a Nintendo adult now. It worked. Whatever Nintendo was doing back then worked. Because you got old ass guys like me who still want to wear Mario shirts, and
me too, yeah.
It still works, Like Brad is still a Mario Zelda dude. He bought fucking Alarmo. He wouldn't have bought Alarmo if Nintendo didn't work its magic 30 years ago for him too. Same thing.
True. Yeah.
So that's the beauty of these shorts, and I think these shorts are kind of continuing that. Like the first one is like talking about how Mario can kick turtle shells, so it's like it's even explaining the mechanics of the game to you, in a way, and making kids like familiarize with themselves with like how Mario works and how he sounds and how like the coins and like the shells work and everything. Really cool stuff. I love it.
Yeah, they are continuing to indoctrinate young audiences, brainwashing them.
It sure is.
Let's continue with that theme of corrupting the mind of young children. The Hello Mario app came out in Japan, so we knew about this coming, but this was an app that is out on iOS and the eShop and Google Play Store in Japan only for right now, but I assume it'll come over later. But it is like the face from Mario 64 where you can interact with it, but now you can do it on your touchscreen for young children and stuff like that with a very cute art style. You can like pull Mario's cheek and he's like going, yeah, when you're doing it and all that kind of stuff. There are items you can interact with, like the star. You can put the star in Mario and he'll start flashing and all that kind of stuff. You could put the warp pipe down and have him go down it. Just very cute things for very young children that just kind of want to touch the screen and mess around with stuff. So looks interesting, I guess. But yeah, probably fun for young children. For us, I don't know about that, but for the kiddies.
Yeah. Unless they make like an adult version where it's like put the nipple clamps on Mario, that type of stuff. I mean, otherwise, what the hell are we doing?
I'm the one that goes to BDSM parties, and Micah's the one here talking about nipple clamps. When I see nipple clamps, like when I was at the BDSM party the other weekend, I was like, I don't want to see nipple clamps. It's gross.
Oh, what? Nipple clamps are dope, dog. Don't hate on nipple clamps.
God, stop.
Did you guys see that college football coach who was wearing like a really tight shirt and you could tell that his nipples were pierced?
I did,
and shout out to him. But it was just like, oh my God.
Is that recent? College football?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this was like literally this week.
Here we go. Does Ryan Day have a nipple piercing? Ooh.
You could just see it right through his shirt. It's like he's either got a triple nip or he's got a nipple piercing.
Oh my God, dude.
Shout out, dog.
Yeah, he for sure has nipple pierced.
A triple nip. Like the areolas are so developed that there's just like other like nipples popping out of it too, right? Like, they're just like, oh God. This is too much.
Oh man, well, I was losing it because somebody said the picture of his nipple looked like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. And then like once you see that, it's like you can't unsee it. Which Ice Age 6 is coming. I'm not excited, but I just can't. I have to share that with someone. I can't believe it.
Coming. I mean, it's like Toy Story 5 coming out. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Well, because I loved the original Ice Age. That was when I was a kid and I had a really big crush on Ray Romano. And so I loved that movie. Especially, but it's like at this point in time, it's like, good Lord, like you guys gotta stop. You gotta stop.
With the sloth talks like this the whole time.
God, that movie was great.
Hey,
Murray, movie was great. You had a little squirrel.
No, yeah, I liked the first movie. Yeah,
the first one was good. That's all you needed.
5?
We need more than that. Well, yeah, no, we don't need any more.
Yeah, it's like with Toy Story. I'm like, what are we doing, dudes?
Yeah,
what are we doing? All right. But yeah, Hello Mario app, if you got young children or if you like that kind of shit, I guess. Could come soon to the West or whatever. I don't know, but in Japan only for right now. All right, quick final thing right here. Of course, there are more direct rumors, but this is from Video Game Chronicle and Nate the Hate, who's a prominent leaker who's been pretty accurate in the past, saying there's a Nintendo Direct happening mid-September, kind of around the 11th or the 12th. And what's interesting about that is that the Mario anniversary is, I think, on the 13th, I believe. So the 40th anniversary, that is. So this could be the time to show some Mario 40th anniversary stuff. So we will wait and see, but September Direct seems like it always kind of happens. We always get one around this time. So we should be getting one in a week or two. So that could be, next week, probably. So that could be very exciting. Hoping to see Mario 40th anniversary stuff there. Please, for the love of God, give me Galaxy 2 on something, you pieces of shit. Let me play
Don't do it, Nintendo.
What
he
do you
doesn't
mean?
Deserve it.
What do you mean I don't deserve it? Why don't I deserve it, Micah?
You're being very bad, Brad. That's why.
I got to listen to you talk about nipple clamps and shit like that. I deserve Mario Galaxy 2.
I got to listen to you guys be anti-nipple clamp. I can't believe this. Like, I really can't. Listeners, tell them in the comments the beauty of the nipple clamp.
Well, like on dudes, it's a whole other level
dude,
of
please
unnecessary.
This is the worst.
But yeah, I assume no one has really thoughts on this because we talk about this all the time, but I'm just putting it out there because it is news.
I mean, just excited.
Yeah.
Just excited. This is the most wonderful time of the year. Nintendo news. It's gonna happen. Something. Maybe Metroid will come out. Who knows? Maybe it'll get delayed. Maybe it'll get canceled.
Canceled? No.
Yeah. But if they canceled it on like September 11th, which is my parents' anniversary.
Wow.
That's flying right up.
Yeah, wow.
They had it first.
Did you have to say flying as well? Right there.
I didn't think of it that way.
Come on, Micah.
They had the date first, though. I need to make that very known.
Yeah. Gotta make it clear. All right, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience who wanted to write into the show. I post a thread every Sunday calling for your submissions there on our Patreon. This is from Eugene Aka. Hello, Gooner Gang. Are there any current games that you would love to play in an 8-bit or 16-bit demake version or variation? I've had a few instances of this come to mind, and I'm curious what you think. I'll tie a pulley-fed rope around my nuts while hanging from the ceiling and listen. Dude.
Dude, man.
See, these are nipple clamp people. See, he knows.
God,
He knows.
we gotta fix our show somehow, man.
It's too late. It's too late.
Yeah.
What can we do now?
Not
We
good.
can't put the genie back in the bottle at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
The monkey's
I mean, it's
paw.
partially my fault, right? And Micah's too.
I share the blame, absolutely. But this is a safe space.
I
This
do
is a
see
safe
people.
space to be weird.
I do see people recommend our show, and they're like, "Oh, but I don't like Nintendo, though." And I'm like, "Dude, this is only a Nintendo show in theory." Like, that's
Secondary. Yeah.
It's kind of true. I mean, like even despite all the degenerate stuff, like most of the games I talk about are Nintendo games. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah.
I just know there's some Nintendo employee out there listening for fact.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about
It's
Nintendo, like
why,
nipple
it's
clamps.
like, why
and
are we
shit.
still talking about nipple clamps and Mind's Eye? You know,
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's
there's nothing for
every
me in this
time-
show.
Yeah.
whenever one of my cousins, extremely supportive, but whenever she's like, "Oh yeah, the kids love video games. I should put on your show for them." I was like, "Don't, no, it's not for it's
Yeah.
not for kids."
My brother was asking about that if the kids could watch stuff on. I'm like, well, probably not.
Yeah, because it was after
not.
she had asked me. One of her sons wanted, I think, a 3DS. But I was explaining to her how like the digital store is offline, so you have to buy physical games. They're getting quite expensive, and I just mentioned like it's probably not worth it. He's pretty young at his age to get into that. It's more of like a collector's thing at this point. But then she was like, "Oh wow," she's like, "I really should have them tune into the show sometime." It's like, "Oh, don't," because on my old YouTube channel they had seen that. But I didn't swear on that channel. It's very kind of sterilized to stay monetized. It was at one point. But I was like, oh no, don't. Please. Don't show the children this.
Don't show the children the show.
I don't even want you to watch it, honestly.
All right. D-make of a game. What do we want? Micah, what kind of D-make would you like to see?
What I would like truly is just more pixel art Fire Emblem games. I would just love to do another one in that style. Playing the Game Boy Advance ones on NSO has been so fun. I obviously love Fire Emblem, adore pixel art. I would be stoked to see them just do one in that classic, style. Not that I don't like the new ones, but that would be top of my list because I play, the Octopath Traveler series, and God, they're beautiful. They're beautiful games. And I'm super excited for like the Dragon Quest 1 and 2, like just gorgeous. Exactly what I want. So I'd love to see Fire Emblem, a new one in that style.
No, you got to pick a current game.
Oh, that's what you want?
Game. Yes.
All right, well, Fire Emblem, I guess Three Houses. Just do that then.
D-make of that. That could be cool.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Gene, what about you? D-make of a game.
This is tough. I'm trying to think of a Nintendo game because we are a Nintendo show in theory.
Well, because they already have so much to offer us, though, in that department, really.
That's
Like,
the issue.
We already get a lot.
Yeah, like a Splatoon D-make wouldn't work, right? Because like Splatoon like needs to, like this D-make question is interesting because like I'm thinking of games where like the 3D is the point, the 3D is the point of Splatoon and making sure that you cover every layer of ink, every floor and ceiling and wall of ink, right? And you can't really do that in 2D. Even Donkey Kong Bonanza needs to be 3D, right? And then I'm thinking about like, well, what if there was a 2D D-make of Death Stranding? And it's like, that wouldn't work either. Like, how would you, like, it'd be kind of stupid to just be walking and like up and down like Dragon Quest and like your shoes are deteriorating the whole time. Like, that doesn't sound fun at all, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I played I guess that prototype D-make of Breath of the Wild that they actually literally made.
Yeah.
That'd be fun,
Yeah.
But
I was thinking how they would handle building and stuff like that in a 2D plane. I think.
If they ever release that, then that'd be cool. I mean, like Dragon Quest 11 kind of gives us that that experience. I've never played the 2D version of Dragon Quest 11.
Neither did I. That didn't come out here until S, right?
Until S, yeah. The Nintendo Switch version was the first version to get that. Actually,
yeah, I haven't played S.
Yeah, and I think only PC version has it now. I don't know if S is out for PS4, PS5, but
yeah, it is.
Switch definitely got it first, and I never played the 2D. I don't want to. I think the game looks great in 3D.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Japan
I love
got a
that game.
DS version of the game, I believe, right?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why. All right. This is from Shadi Haddad. Team, is it finally time? Square just announced a Chrono Trigger 30th anniversary concert after announcing that they'd be celebrating the game's release this year. With the direct imminent, do we finally see a Chrono Trigger HD 2D announced and brought to the modern hardware? No, I don't think so. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Chrono Trigger. I would just like a port, for God's sakes, of like the DS version.
Oh my god.
That's
Please.
a decent port, please. And honestly, if they do, I would rather have like a pixel remaster style version of Chrono Trigger instead of an HD 2D personally. I mean, I like HD 2D, but I think it would suit Chrono Trigger better, a more pixel remaster style. Gene, what do you think? Chrono Trigger?
I agree with you. All I want. I mean, that's the thing. That's like, there's always conversations about whether remakes are like artistically bankrupt or whatever. Like that was a question on Sacred last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking. I'm like, man, we don't need remasters or remakes at all. Honestly, we just need ports, dude. That's it. Just have a good port of a game. Like just port it to PS5 or PS4 or Switch. Not Xbox, because Xbox doesn't have games. Then that is problem solved. PC ports, problem solved. That's all we need, honestly.
Yeah, I would just like the DS port or something that's good.
Yeah,
right away,
with
out the gate.
With the anime cartoons and endings, it was excellent. I love that shit.
Now, if they do an HD 2D version, I'll still play it, of course.
1000%.
Yeah, I'd prefer if they did something else with it, though.
Yeah, that's why MGS3 Delta is like, it's great and I recommend it, but like it's also not necessary.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we have a port and the port's great. So
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's there, and it's just another $70 version of Snake Eater. But
yeah,
a demake of Snake Eater would be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit.
If you made it like PS1 style, I think. If it was more like Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, yeah, totally PS1 remakes would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool for Metal Gear 3 for sure.
Yeah, or playing Metal Gear Delta on my Steam Deck. That's also a PS1 style remake, basically.
Yeah,
all low settings with the Unreal 5 engine global illumination off. Like I tried that, looks fucking awful, dude.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I believe it.
I love it.
Micah, do you think Chrono Trigger is coming up soon?
I hope so. I think it's just money left on the table if they don't. I mean, I don't know. Square baffles me with some of their choices in the wake of them saying, oh, this didn't sell as well as we wanted, but here's something everyone wants and we're not going to do it. I really hope that they're going to make this simply because I think it would be one of the best decisions they've made. But I don't know. I feel less hopeful about it. I truly feel less hopeful about it.
Sure.
And I don't really know why. It's not like they've said anything.
Yeah, of course they didn't say they're doing anything. So yeah. With Square, it's like sometimes you do some really dumb stuff, but I'm like, hey, you're giving me Final Fantasy Tactics still or now. So
exactly. I mean, that's something that is a game that has been recommended to me for years, and it was just not something that was easy to play. And as soon as that was announced, I was refreshing the page to pre-order that as soon as possible. So I can't wait to play that on Switch.
Yeah, total Micah joint. Sick game, dude. Later this month too, at the end. So
yes,
coming up. All right, this is from Payush Pant or Fish Pant. I don't know how you say your name. Hey gang, question for you. I recently purchased Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack to play Chibi Robo on my Switch 2 and really enjoyed it. I was thinking about playing Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on N64 Classic next, but read the 3DS versions are much better. So, as Nintendo veterans, I wanted your opinion on which version I should play. I've never played these games before, and I do have a new 3DS XL as well. I'll switch off the 3D permanently and listen.
That's fun. That was a good one. Because I guess switching off 3D permanently in life would be like just killing yourself, right?
I
guess, or removing your eyeballs or something, I guess.
Yeah, just no longer having sight.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
I mean, obviously, so I very recently played Ocarina of Time on my 3DS. I had a great time with it. I can't compare it, but Colin did play the NSO version of Ocarina of Time for Knockback and thought it was great. So, I mean, from the two of us, you can't super go wrong with either one. But I'm curious, Brad, what you think.
I'll save my opinion for last.
Wow, Gene! You see the way he just sidestepped me because he's too intimidated to answer my question directly.
That's right.
He wants to think it. He wants to marinate on it.
No, because I might talk too much. So we'll go Gene first.
Well, if you do have a new 3DS XL, yeah, give it a shot. I'd say those versions are great. Actually, they're animated so well. They have new 3D models, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wish that version would be ported also, because it is the closest thing we got to like a true Ocarina of Time remake, because it essentially is what that is,
Yeah.
It's been so long. I never played Majora's Mask. I do own it, but I never played it. So I don't know the differences in that, and it's been so long that I don't remember the differences for the 3DS version. But I recall playing it and being like, oh, it's just a cool version of the old game. So I would love, God, oh my God, I would love a Switch version of it, but they never did it. It's just a 3DS version, and fuck off everyone else, I guess, same with us Galaxy 2 fans, it's like
same with Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Fuck us, right?
Fucking this podcast is basically me and Brad crying about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Bullshit.
Not being ported over too, and now this too. The Majora's Mask and the 3DS versions of these two classic games, two of the best games of all time. Fucking insane. But we got to play it on NSO instead. So I'm very interested to hear what Brad has to say.
Yeah, Brad's gonna crack his fingers and start talking about how the swimming with the Zora mechanics are different.
I'm absolutely gonna talk about that.
I love that. First, I need to hear it again. Yeah.
But first, okay, so I'm going to lay out a couple things here, and it just depends. This is a preference thing in the sense that for me, I would want to experience the games how they were originally, probably first. So I think for me, I would recommend the original, the N64 versions, just because like the way they feel different. They feel like different games. Of course, they are like they're remakes for the 3DS ones, so they have a different vibe to them a little bit.
They are different.
But I will say with Ocarina of Time in particular, I think it's just probably a smoother experience all around, particularly the water temple. It's like it makes the water temple way more manageable, but I think you miss out on a lot of like the old water temple that became so legendary. So it depends if you kind of want to experience that stuff or not. Mm-hmm. That feeling that everyone else did back in the day and kind of have context around that. Also, I highly recommend you have the N64 controllers if you're going to play the N64 versions of the game. I just think it plays way better. Of course, you could do without it, but I think it just works way more fluid and feels way better just to play the games, period.
You can tell the game is designed around that
exactly.
Controller.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It just feels better all around.
Mm-hmm.
So Majora's Mask is where it gets a little more complicated. Like, I think the Ocarina of Time remake is a very good alternative. It's super well done. Majora's Mask is maybe a little more streamlined this time around. However, they've made changes in it I don't like as much. But if you've never played Majora's Mask, you probably wouldn't even know this, and it might not even affect you in any way whatsoever. One is, yes, the Zora swimming. That's a huge part of Majora's Mask. They heavily nerfed it and made it way less fun to swim around in the 3DS version, which is very disappointing because that was a highlight of Majora's Mask at the time for me, in my opinion. Because like you play as these characters a lot, or these different forms in the game, so for them to alter it so much and just make it less enjoyable all around is a huge mistake, in my opinion. Some of the boss fights also they've changed them and made them less interesting, in my opinion, and given you less freedom in the boss fight. I would say it's very much more strict on how you damage the enemy now. It's like now it has a giant eyeball, and you damage the giant eyeball now, and that is the only way to do it, opposed to some of the other games or the other version where it's like just try to hit it as much as you can, giving you a little more freedom. But I think with Majora's Mask, they've kind of added some stuff to make tracking the side quests a little easier and stuff like that. So that could be a boon to someone who might feel overwhelmed by that kind of stuff. And the visuals are just different. Just the artistic vision is different on these games. The 3DS versions look more like the original concept art or promo art, I should say, which is cool, but it does have a different vibe, in my opinion. But I guess play the 3DS versions if you're just want a little more streamlined. I love the N64 versions, particularly Majora's Mask, the most because they do have a different vibe, in my opinion. But playing on 3DS is nice. They're good versions, or the Ocarina of Time particularly is a good version. So
I have a question for you, Brad, because you played Ocarina of Time recently, right? And you played on NSL, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Water Temple, because now I remember in the Water Temple in the 3DS version, you can just switch on and off the boots, and that was a huge factor.
You don't have to go in the menu. Yeah, it's a huge makes it easier. They added some more like.
Did they do that in the NSL version too? I'm sorry.
No. It's just like the N64 version.
NSL version, you still have to go back into the menu to switch out your boots.
Yes, it's exactly like the old one. Yeah.
Okay,
So the Water Temple is
my recommendation. I wholeheartedly recommend the 3DS version. Then,
yeah, with the 3DS versions, you can just tap. You can just tap stuff on, which is very nice, convenient.
Yes. I remember feeling that. And I was like, dude, this Water Temple is like nothing, man. What I think, I'm fucking 35. So I'm a man.
Much more easy.
I'm 40.
It's just way easier in the 3DS version. Yeah, because they add like visual cues on some stuff to make it easier. A big thing about the Water Temple is raising and lowering the water levels correctly frequently, and sometimes if you mess up, you have to go through a whole cycle again. They just made it a little easier this time around. So, well, I mean, you can't go wrong with either, but 3DS ones, you have to buy the games. You can't just play them on NSO. So you do have an NSO expansion pack, so you don't have to pay for the games. But if that doesn't matter to you, I don't know how much they go for either physically, because you can't buy digitally anymore.
Yeah, no, when I bought them on Amazon last year, they weren't too expensive.
They weren't too bad. I bought them recently too. So
yeah, because you can't buy digitally.
I don't know where they are. I need to find them. You're making me anxious about where they are now. But,
thanks, Nintendo. It says like $30 for Majora's Mask. Yeah.
That's great.
Because part of it is the versions that were available at the time were like the world region versions, and it's like the ones that have like the like United Arab Emirates like tag on it, and they're like $30 to $32. Yeah, the Saudi Arabia copy is the one that I have for Majora's Mask, but it's ESRB rated, so you can use. It's the same with Fire Emblem Awakening. I have the Saudi Arabia copy, but it's ESRB rated, and it's North American region works on 3DS. So like those copies are really cheap for some reason and very affordable.
Yeah. Just quickly, I rambled on for a lot of it. My recommendation would be to play the originals if you want to experience how they were originally, how they were back in 1998 and like 2000. But if you don't give a shit about any of that stuff, you just want to play the games, sure, just play the 3DS ones. Okay. Let's hear this from Simon. Hey, Punching Up Squad. I've been thinking about hype around video games and whether too much hype ends up doing more harm than good. Take Silksong, for example. I haven't even played Hollow Knight, but it feels like people are hyping it up almost like it's Half-Life 3. My point is, when expectations get that high, it seems more likely that people will end up disappointed rather than satisfied. I'll hang up and watch Racist Mario on YouTube. What the fuck? Racist Mario? I don't know what that means. Holy shit. Gene, do you think hype is a problem?
Hype is always a problem. You should keep your expectation in check. It's very rare that hype will live up to things, right? Breath of the Wild obviously lived up to the hype and beyond that too. I think the last game to really do that was Elden Ring, right? Baldur's Gate 3 didn't really have hype. It just came out and like it was just great, right? Even though I don't like it, but Elden Ring came. Dude, you can't. I think people forget how like the mystique and like hype around Elden Ring was insane. You know, like it's the reason why Jeff Keighley has his profile picture on Twitter. You know. And also, shout out to Jeff Keighley. His dad just died, so rest in peace.
Yeah, lost his dad. Yeah, shout out Jeff.
Yeah, rest in peace to David Keighley. Thanks for making Jeff. All love to Jeff. You know, he's a friend of mine, so I'm really sorry to hear that. But what was I saying? Elden Ring, yeah, fucking Elden Ring. Absolutely lived up to the hype, dude. It's written by George R. Martin and Hidetaka Miyazaki together. Like it doesn't get much more hype than that, and this is like after like the Game of Thrones excitement. Elden Ring was unreal, and then the game came out, and it was exactly what people hoped it would be. You know, which is possibly the greatest game of all time. You know, So Silksong is tough because trust me, as someone who did not believe in Hollow Knight until like five days ago, I also was like, why? It's so funny that Silksong is like so hyped up or whatever like that, overrated, overhyped, and then now I played it, I'm like, wow, this must have been a tough 7 years for everyone to do it. But at the same time, though, Hollow Knight got a bunch of upgrades, and I still haven't played that. I'm looking forward to playing that. I'm gonna put Hollow Knight on a hold because there's so much other games to play, and Silksong is coming out, so I don't want to like burn out on like Hollow Knight Silksong. And I will play Silksong day one. But you know, I feel like Hollow Knight fans were pretty well fed with like free DLC updates and everything like that, and apparently that was even better. So that I feel like that continuing repetition built up the hype for Silksong. And like I said, Hollow Knight is, you know, you never play a Hollow Knight. I totally get it. I would not understand the hype either. Now that I played it, I now can see easily why Hollow Knight is the greatest game of all, like the greatest game of all time for some people. You know, I believe it more than when someone tells me, "Oh, God of War 2018 is the greatest game of all time,"
right?
Or, Grand Theft Auto is the greatest game of all time. Like, no, I think Hollow Knight is better than both of them. You know, so I totally get the hype now. But yeah, I think hype is hype is the mind killer. You know.
Hype's a double-edged sword in my opinion. I think people get way too carried away with some shit, and they say,
and you're Bradley Ellis, formerly of Easy Allies and game trailers. You know, like you have been a huge part of hype culture, Brad. Right? So you're kind of an authority to speak on this.
This is your fault, Bradley.
Yeah, it is my fault. Look, man, people just get way too fucking crazy with some of their expectations. I don't know what to tell them, man.
Yes.
You got to be realistic about this stuff. There's nothing wrong with being excited, but you also just need to be grounded to an extent. So I don't know. Yeah. Like, I think Silksong is going to be great. I'm really excited for it. But I'm not thinking it's going to like change my life or anything like that. But some of these people might have expectations for it. It might change people's lives. But for me, it's like, fuck yeah, it's going to be cool.
Smash cut to the game trailers footage of fucking Brad on his desk and on his chair, like when
man, because they announced Final Fantasy VII. It's like just the idea of that game actually existing was crazy because we heard about rumors for that game for so many years, and it was like the most demanded remake ever.
Listen, I was right there with you, man.
I
watched you, Brad. I watched you live, man.
Oh, you know? Live? That's funny.
Yeah.
Man, that was so long ago.
I watched you live,
10 years ago.
As soon as I saw that, I called my best friend, and I was like Kamala Harris, being like we did it, Joe, and my best friend's name is Joe too. So I was literally like, we did it, Joe. We really made funny. It. Finally, they're making Final Fantasy VII remake. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think it's great to be excited about stuff, but yeah, just some people I think just get a little too crazy about stuff and what they're expecting from it. You know, Micah, what do you think about the hype?
I think the biggest problem is just when people let hype convince them to try a game that they will not enjoy, because it's like, well, everyone told me it was good, and it's like, yeah, but if you hate shooters, you're not gonna like this just because it's a well-reviewed shooter. And then they're like, oh, this game's ass. And it's like, that's the stuff that annoys me. Specifically, it was with Unicorn Overlord, which was my game of the year last year. And somebody in the community was like, you way overhyped this. I don't like this type of game at all. And it's like, well, you don't like little strategy games, but like, it's not overhyped because I said I really like it. If you like strategy games, you're gonna love this. If you don't like strategy games, you're still not going to like it. So it's like, don't let hype how do I say this without, it's like, if you want to try something different that you don't normally enjoy, it is typically a good idea to try the best reviewed game in that genre, for example. If you don't typically enjoy RPGs, but everyone's talking about Expedition 33, it's not a bad idea to try it out. However, if you know you hate those games and then you still don't like it, it's not overhyped. It's people who are fans of that genre who are enjoying it. You just don't like it. Yeah. So that's kind of my thing about it. It's like the thing that annoys me the most is when people are like, oh, I don't even like shooters. And it's like, well, don't fucking play it. Or be willing to say like, yeah, I tried it. I still don't like shooters, you know? But I definitely, it's like, I'm not overhyping it because I say how much I enjoyed it. I'm definitely not telling you, oh, you know, you gotta play, you fucking gotta play it, and you're gonna like it even if you hate these. Like, no. I mean, It's always with the caveat of, if you love Story of Seasons, you're gonna fucking love Grand Bazaar. I'd put my money on that. But if you hate little farming games, don't buy Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, it's interesting because I like being excited about stuff, and I think it's fun when people are really excited about stuff. It's cool, it's awesome, you know, but it's just like, got to be realistic also at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is from the champ. Hey, Monster Punchers. Capcom's president recently hinted that they will try to bring Monster Hunter Wilds to Switch 2. I mean, call me crazy, but I don't think the Switch 2 can handle it without some serious graphical downgrades. Capcom's president also stated the PS5 price point is too high in Japan. As someone who lives in Japan, it's absolutely true. So many people tell me I interact with that they would love to play Monster Hunter Wilds, but they all say it's too expensive. The base PS5 is equivalent to $800 here. The PS5 Pro is $1,200. Parentheses, I know if you look at the exchange rate of yen to dollar, the price is similar to the US, but looking at the PS5 price point from the eyes of a Japanese salary, it's quite expensive. Dude, well, I think Monster Hunter Wilds kind of didn't live up to what people wanted it to be, I suppose.
No.
That game kind of fell off. One thing is particularly is it doesn't run very well still. So I think that's a huge problem for that game right away. Like even on PC, it's like, why is this running so poorly and stuff like that? So I think there's more problems than just the game being available on PS5 in Japan that they should probably take a look at. But I don't know. Gene, what do you think about all this?
You know how I always say, oh, totally. You know, dude, it runs on a Steam Deck. So it'll easily run on the Switch 2, right? Like a lot of people kind of underestimate the Switch 2's power when portable handheld gaming devices can play many of these games, you know. Monster Hunter Wilds is not one of those games I would count.
Yeah.
I tried playing it on the Steam Deck, or I haven't tried playing on a Steam Deck. I actually don't own a PC, but I've seen it being played on Steam Deck. It looks awful. It doesn't run well. So obviously it's not an optimized version for portable, right? But I think you are correct, the champ, in saying that if they want to port Monster Hunter Wilds to the Switch 2, it will need to be a dedicated porting effort. You need to really optimize down for it, because it is not good on PS5, not good on PC, yeah, it's crazy that it's the best-selling game of the year still, you know.
Because everyone, like me included, of course, we're like, oh shit, new Monster Hunter, dude, the successor to World. And like, don't get me wrong, I still had some fun with the game, but it's just like, I don't think it lived up to people's expectations or what they wanted out of it. Just didn't hit as much. I don't know as many people that I knew that were Monster Hunter people playing it constantly. I know there's, of course, people out there still playing it, but it just seems like way less in the zeitgeist compared to like World and even Rise, I felt like, but maybe that's just for me, my perspective.
A lot of the Mon Hun fans that I know aren't playing it. And it's still not even 6 months since its release, right? I guess.
Right. Yeah, it came out in February, I think.
Okay, yeah, so just over half a year, but yeah, you would still be playing it now. You'd be playing it all year. But like I tapped out early, and it feels like a lot of people tapped out early too.
Yeah, everyone I know.
Yeah,
tapped out early. At least I personally know.
Yeah, Mon Hun Rise had a much longer legs, you know.
Maybe, yeah.
And when you play it, especially on PC, I mean, it runs beautifully on the PC because it was a Switch 1 game, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people go back to that one and they're like, dude, Mon Hun Rise is way better than Wilds, you know. And Worlds was definitely like a paradigm shift for the whole series.
Yeah.
Almost groundbreaking for the series. And
yeah, I'd say it was.
Yeah, and Wilds just didn't do that. So
yeah. Mike, any thoughts about this Monster Hunter on Switch? I know you don't really play Monster Hunter, but I'm curious. Any thoughts?
No, it does go back to our discussion last week, though, just about when like companies made like actual like dedicated like optimized versions of these games for different consoles. It's like, yeah, like the N64 version of this game simply must be very different in order for it to run. And so we're going to remake it, and so it'll work over there. That does, and like we talked about, that seems to be something that kind of goes away, and it's more of like, well, it's gonna be just kind of ported over there, and it'll kind of run like shit, but yeah, that's fine. Whereas like I always bring it up that Kingdom Come Deliverance on Switch is a really rough version but it works.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a lot of changes to make it work on that console. So hopefully they do that. Hopefully they just actually put in the resources to make a version that does work really well on Switch 2.
Doom 2016 and Witcher 3 on the Switch, unique ports to that, and they work fine, Doom especially is amazing. So.
If it can be done, it's just a matter of how much resources do you want to put towards it, essentially, and go from there. But if it sounds like kind of sales were a bit soft on this game for their expectations, or like the continuing player base is not what they wanted, it sounds like it is not a bad idea to branch out and try and get the Switch audience on it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it. Another episode in the books. Thank you both for joining me as always. Fun times ahead. Maybe next week with the direct rumors. We'll see. Before we go, though, is there any final thoughts from you guys, or should we just get the hell out of here?
I just want to note that yesterday for our Labor Day cookout that we went to, I was wearing my shirt that said, "I'm just here for the hot dogs." And I had on my hot dog earrings from James Solar and his wife. I got many compliments.
Nice. Very nice. Love that. Gene, anything from you?
No, not really. I think we're good.
When's your Hollow Knight review coming out?
I'm trying to get out by Thursday for Silksong Day, and you look at the PC Steam concurrence, and it's like there's like 70,000, 80,000. It's like a record-breaking amount of people playing Hollow Knight
everyone's
right now.
getting
And I was
hyped,
one
man.
of them.
Yeah,
I was one of them. So happy Silksong release week! Congratulations to all the Hollow Knight fans who made it. I am here with you now. I stand alongside with you. We are all Hollow Knights. Can't wait for Silksong. Can't wait for Hornet.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thursday. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Take care and goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.